Añejo on the rocks. Milagro at your favorite retailer, in stores, and online. Welcome to the brighter side of tequila. Milagro Tequila. Must be 21 and over. Please enjoy responsibly.
Hey guys, it's Cappy. You've heard me talk about my personal situation with my divorce and subsequent custody battle in the past, and I know that you need a team behind you to get the justice you deserve. My friend Mark Reel and his team at Real Fathers Rights are here to help you guys. Visit realfathersrights.com/710. That's REEL, realfathersrights.com/710, or call 323-870-1611. That's 323-870-1611. Real Fathers Rights, the Father's Rights Attorneys.
Pro paint days are back at Lowe's. That means it's time to save big on your next job. Right now, get your choice of 5-gallon pails of Valspar Signature Ceiling Paint or HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams Flat Ceiling Paint for just $148. Plus, get it delivered to your job site with free same-day delivery when you order by 2 p.m. Lowe's knows paint. Lowe's knows pros. Valid through 12/20. Delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Additional terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Time out. Your body goals don't have an off season. GNC is ready to help you get a stronger start on the new year with help building more muscle and proven weight loss support. Need a boost? We're ready with GNC vitamins for your longest winter days. Want the best energy drinks? They're at GNC. Never tried creatine before? Get ready to be amazed. GNC coaches are ready to help you in stores everywhere, and you can shop our full collection of flavors and online exclusives at GNC.com. GNC, live well.
ESPN 710, Los Angeles Sports.
And it is the biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland is on for your Wednesday afternoon.
I don't know where these sounds are coming from. Everybody's on my nerves today. Everybody's on my nerves.
Are you going to sit there and just take it?
Let's get to it. Your Wednesday afternoon. Mason and Ireland right now.
Good afternoon. So, big Wednesday. Now, I'm a little bit nervous. Tomorrow, it's me and Bergman. Friday, it's me and Bergman. I'm excited about that. This will be the first time it's Bergman solo with me. Technically, Bergman in the duo with me, right?
Right. Yes, two. I think I've done it before. With
Have you?
Well,
I thought we always had a third person in here.
No, I think John came on at some point, but we did.
Hour,
or
yeah,
like
I think it's
going
to
go
great.
Later.
I'm super excited. I think it's going to be great.
What do
you think, Ireland? Don't you think it's going to be great the next 2 days with me and Bergman?
Why not?
Yeah, I think it's going to be great.
I've done a show with John.
Bergman has come a long way. He's done a show with absolutely. I'm with you, man. I'm with you 100%. So I got a couple of questions, random questions off the top.
Good.
Okay, so here's one. Does Nugenics tea work? Does Nugenics tea work? I see the commercials all over the place. No, I got it right here. There are probably multiple products like this.
Doug Flutie, Frank Thomas.
Exactly, that one. Does it actually work? Because they say it's going to make you more virile. Is that a word? Virile?
I tried a testosterone booster, and it did nothing for me.
It did nothing?
Yeah. That doesn't mean it doesn't work.
Yeah.
It may work for other people.
Is there
I think it's a case-by-case.
Is there any scientific evidence that makes this an okay Nugenics Total Tea? That's what it's called. Is there any research?
It seems to me a little bit like what Brian brought up yesterday, the power band
You think that's what it is?
Right.
Oh.
So it's the old, if you think it works.
Right, true. If it's
maybe
working,
it works.
if you think it's working, it's working. Yeah, so anyway, I was thinking about getting some of that. You just text something to somewhere and they send it to you for
they
free.
give you a free bottle. I did that. I took it for a month. I felt no difference.
Felt no difference. Okay, so I'm going to skip that part of my life. Second thing, I have wanted for a long time to make an appearance on camera at a Rams game on the big screen.
Well, they let you do it once.
Once, yeah, just once. Years and years ago while we were still at the Coliseum. So this is my idea. Rams Mariachi is a really big deal. They've got a great mariachi band that plays a few times during the game, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, they're great. They're very popular, those
very
guys.
Popular.
How do you fit with the mariachi?
I would like to uniform up like the mariachi guys and sing along with them. Now, do you think that's a doable proposition?
I don't think they would want you.
You don't think so? I think they would. Why would
John,
they not want me?
Do you think he can sing mariachi?
No,
I think he,
is not
I
it.
think he can blend in.
Yeah, I
and
can
what
blend.
he also could do is it's such a sing-along, and there's so many other people singing. He could lip sync, and we'd never know the difference.
Exactly.
That could work.
Now, everybody's singing, so my voice won't necessarily stand out. I just think bit of the year, me in a mariachi suit performing at SoFi Stadium is probably bit of the year, is it not?
Are you trying to get on the next Kendrick Lamar album?
Yes.
But
That's a good idea.
Because at the Dodger game, they had a mariachi band, and the woman that was singing mariachi at the Dodgers World Series games was so good that Kendrick saw it and pulled her and put her on his last album.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah.
No, I mean the Rams mariachi, very popular at Rams games.
Of course,
they play a few times, and it's awesome.
We need to ask Jorge. Jorge would be the right person.
Yeah, Jorge. I could.
Now, are
fake my
you
way
going
through
to
it.
get accused of cultural appropriation if you jump in with the mariachi?
Joe Kelly did it, right?
But Joe Kelly isn't Joe Kelly part Hispanic?
I believe he is.
Is he part?
Yeah.
Oh, so is this completely
Mariachi
inappropriate?
Joe, yeah. It might be. Let's ask Jorge. He's around here
Yeah.
somewhere.
Well, it's like,
Yeah.
remember when Kim Kardashian wore dreads and everybody jumped on her and said, you can't do
That's
that?
cultural appropriation. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hey, Jorge, would it be inappropriate for me to sing with Rams mariachi?
Maybe. The fact you hesitated makes me think you maybe.
Yes.
No, but my only thing is, are you going to know the words?
I'm going to learn all the words.
What song are you planning on singing?
This one.
Cielito Lindo.
They perform this.
Cielito
They perform this
yeah,
every
yeah,
game, and I got a good ay.
Just don't
in me.
say, I am the Frito Bandito.
No, that
then
is
you
not
would
what I
be
will
accused
say.
I suggest
of-
practice.
Practice?
But I mean, I don't find it inappropriate. No.
Would it? It wouldn't be
No.
culturally inappropriate for
I
me
don't
to
think
sing
so.
along. No, okay,
no
good.
way. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
let's work on that. Call Kevin Demoff.
You know
I'm
what
sure
I
he
find
can get me a
inappropriate when you're
loose
eating tacos with a fork. Now that's inappropriate.
No, I never did that, did I?
Oh, Doc, I got video.
Oh yeah.
Why?
Because they were messy.
But tacos are messy. That's what makes them
I
great.
know, but I was on my way somewhere to go to
We were in
the
a remote.
Dodger
Can't do
game,
it.
and I didn't want.
I'm with you, Jorge.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
I think so. I fork and knife stuff all the time. It's
Sure.
probably not. I
Yeah.
fork
Who
and
did
knife a
they-
burger if it's sloppy.
Who did we see?
Reese's?
Oh, no, Mike.
No, I don't have to fork and knife
Mike
Reese's peanut butter
Greenberg
cups.
eats something with a fork and knife.
Oh, I
that's,
heard- I
like,
remember that, yeah.
Ridiculous. I think he eats a candy bar with a fork and knife.
See, I don't like mess. Like if I get wings in a restaurant, I knife and fork it. I'm not picking up the wings and
That's ridiculous.
I
Yeah, that
generally
is
don't. I
ridiculous.
generally don't order them, but I don't
Get a
want.
wipe.
I don't
mean,
want all the.
seriously.
I don't want all the junk and sauce on my.
By the way, the candy bar, John, was Seinfeld. It was a
But
Seinfeld
what,
episode.
I think
he
Mike
was.
Greenberg does that too.
He might because he saw it on Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Like that's a good
he
idea.
knife and forks a candy bar.
Yeah, there was an episode where it was.
Thank you, Ori.
Thanks, Ori.
And screw you for wearing that
was a-
Niners hat
Yeah, I
during
know.
Rams week.
Especially
It was a
tomorrow.
famous Yankee that was cutting it with a knife
Oh,
and fork.
and so it was part of the
Yeah.
Seinfeld
Yeah,
episode. Okay.
So anyway, there's my random stuff for the day. I got
Good-
more.
good random
Excellent.
I got more random stuff. All right, coming up next for you. Let's talk about where the Lakers are. I've got a lot of numbers about just how bad they've been.
What?
Yep, that's coming up.
We're coming off of a win.
In the meantime,
How dare you?
Let's talk a little bit about Sleeper. I love Sleeper and the Sleeper app. I play it all the time. I was looking for my phone because I've got a Sleeper parlay going for tonight. Now, Brian, you are the king of Sleeper. You generally win on Sleeper. You always are sending me your winnings. Do you have any hot tips for tonight? More than, less than?
I have been, lately I've been liking the more than on threes on a lot of these guys.
Oh, yeah.
You know, tonight I'm going Karl Anthony Towns more than 2.5 threes, and Steph his over on threes, which I think is 4.5.
Okay, and I think his points is more than 24.3.
That's right.
Which I went with. And I also went with Jalen Brunson more than 2.5 threes, which I
very
like.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll win that.
Download the Sleeper app today. Pick more or less on at least 2 players' projected stats, points, rebounds, assists, more. You can win up to 100 times your cash. For a limited time, Sleeper's got a special offer. New users just have to play $5 and you get $55 in free entries. Download the Sleeper app today. Use code 710. $55 in free entries when you play $5. That's code 710. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
Weekdays after Mason in Ireland.
I'll give Mason credit. He used to fight tooth and nail. Oh, there's more Rams fans than any other fan base in there. He's realized our eyes aren't lying to us.
Can you do it again, please?
Oh, there's more Rams fans in there than anybody else.
You sound like Animal from the Muppets.
Yeah, so I was going to say you sound like a Muppet character.
Sedano and Cap today at 3 p.m.
on 710 ESPN.
You never expect a Hail Mary pass to win and end the game or getting into an accident. Hey, it's Travis with DeMarco and Evan Cohen.
Only one all-star defensive team you can call to defend you. The personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000.
Don't get sacked by others. Joseph will help you achieve the maximum compensation you deserve. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000.
Let Joseph and his team score a touchdown for you.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
Hurry! It's your last chance to donate for 2024.
Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. No title? No problem. Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS or go online at carsforkids.org to donate today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Paid for by Cars for Kids.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day, come to a physical office, and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMSS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state who can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't wait. Join the hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten help for their ED through HIMSS.
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. And we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
It's official. All my Christmas shopping done. Everything done. You haven't started?
Of course not.
All you do is sit there on Amazon and whip packages around the country.
That's what I have flights for.
Oh, is that right? So
There you
what's
go.
Do you get for your mom?
Yeah.
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 Is that like a high pressure gift?
No, I told her send me a list.
What about Lisa?
Send me a list.
Oh, see.
Here, this is what I say.
Yeah.
Send me a list or you're getting something you don't want.
Oh, well, that's a good
I did buy
threat.
Lisa something that's not on her list this year, which I normally don't do.
Wow,
But we'll see how she likes it.
Bold. I actually, Juan and I do not exchange gifts for either our Christmas or our anniversary, which is January 1. It will be, by the way, 19 years.
Wow.
Impressive.
All right, tell me how you guys would handle this. I already know how I'm going to handle it, but I want to see if you guys would do it the same way.
Okay.
I always stop a couple times a week. Stop at a Sweet Green. Do you guys know what a Sweet Green is?
Yeah, it's a salad joint.
Good.
All right, there's one in the mall that's connected to my house, so I can walk to it.
Okay.
So a couple times a week, I order on the app. I go by, pick it up. Today I was tight on time, so I brought it here, and I'm eating it. I order a kale chicken Caesar salad.
Okay.
They forgot the chicken.
Oh, no. No protein.
Should I complain?
I think we should call him right now.
Brian, would you say, hey, you screwed me, you owe me a salad? Would you reach out to them?
If it was through an app and I could do it easily, yes, I would.
Greg?
100% if it's through an app. Otherwise, no.
Mace?
Next time I was there, I'd say, just FYI, last time I got the salad here, it didn't
Not
have
doing
the
it.
chicken. No?
Nope. I'm going to take the L.
But can
no
I just,
confrontation for John Ireland.
But
Exactly.
can I just tell you, sometimes feedback is helpful to the business. Like I
guess someone could argue I just kind of did complain.
Right, I guess so. Yeah, you did go on the radio, and you did mention Sweet Green specifically, and your
in
order
Manhattan
specifically.
Beach at Manhattan Village Mall.
Exactly. So technically, I believe you. That does.
I may have worked around it,
Yes,
but
that
I'm
is
not
a
expecting anything, nor will I demand anything.
Good. I think that's smart. All right. So, John, the Lakers have been rolling
1-0.
They are 3-7 over their last 10 games. They've been losing by an average margin of 19 points. Now, that's a little bit skewed because they lost by 41.
Well,
this is the average, lost by 41 at Miami.
But to support your point, not that I really want to, but I will. When they lost the back-to-back games last week in Minnesota and in Miami by a total of 70 points, it was the biggest two-game point deficit in the history of the Lakers.
Wow.
They had never in their history lost two games by a combined total of 70 points.
Damn.
But it happened last week. But then they rebounded, Mace, against the mighty Portland Trailblazers.
Against the miserable Portland Trailblazers. Los Angeles now has during this stretch, they've got the 28th best offense.
Okay.
They've got the 24th best defense, which I think
out of 30 teams.
But I think that's higher than I expected. And they are 28th in best net rating during that stretch. Only two teams have a worse net
rating
rating
it say who
than
the
the
two
Lakers. It does not, but
Okay.
I'm just going to take a shot. Maybe Portland.
I would think Portland.
And maybe Washington.
It's probably
or
Washington,
Utah.
Or
Yeah.
New
Or
Orleans.
Utah. Yeah,
New Orleans is probably down
it's
there.
one of them. To compound matters, they have now a minus 3.7 point differential for the year, which is 12th in the West, 20th in the league. Even worse with their net rating for the year, minus 3.9, which is 22nd in the NBA. And part of this, I think, is that the beginning of the season, they were fortunate to have the schedule that they had. Even some of the tough teams didn't have their players. Like Memphis, I think, were they not without Ja in that first matchup?
The one here?
The one here?
I think so. But they won the one there.
Right,
Memphis
they won the one there because Ja.
And then they're coming in again on Sunday.
Right, but all of a sudden you look back. Philadelphia was terrible. Memphis didn't have Ja. New Orleans has been rough. They've had injury problems, and then once they started facing better teams like Orlando and Denver and Phoenix and those guys, they really have been shown up. And their best players all dropped off offensively, including Anthony Davis, during this stretch, has scoring 7.4 fewer points per game than he was before that. And LeBron James, just a little over a point less than what he was scoring. So there is a lot going on here. And I wonder to myself, as I watch a J.J. Redick post-game press conference, where you can actually, I think if you look closely, you can see steam coming out of his ears.
He's not happy. That is true.
He's not happy. He seems very tense. The press conferences seem tense. Where are they right now with JJ and the way they're playing, Ireland?
Well, the good news for them is that you're not the same team at the end of the year that you are at the beginning, but they have to get better in several areas if they're going to compete. I still like the coaches. I like the dynamic with JJ and Nate McMillan and Scott Brooks. I think they can get these guys where they need to be, but they do need to figure some things out. The biggest thing, Mace, is my first year working with the Lakers
right,
was 1997. Wow. So I've been doing this for a while.
Yeah, you have been.
I have never seen a team defend the three-point line worse than this team. Ever. Bobby Marks had a stat. Bobby, who was in here the other day,
right,
had a stat that when they lost that Miami game, and I know it's just one game, but this is indicative of what I'm talking about.
Right.
33 of Miami's field goals in that game. 33. There was no one within 6 feet of the person who scored.
Wow. Yeah.
And most of those were Tyler Hero bombing threes.
Oh, my God. They were nowhere in that. They weren't even close to shooters in that game.
Right. And
in the paint, they weren't close to.
So the Lakers have got to make a decision. They either have to massively improve their three-point defense, or they've got to shoot more threes themselves and make them, because right now it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out why the Lakers are losing. They're getting destroyed at the three-point line every night.
Now, do you think that LeBron might consider playing defense in upcoming games?
Well, here's the thing about LeBron. He can defend when he wants to.
Yeah, but he clearly doesn't want to.
But he's not the only one not playing defense.
No, true. So, but he's your leader. He's the guy that sets the tone for the whole damn thing.
Who would you consider to be a good perimeter defender?
AD.
Okay, so besides AD, who's a good perimeter defender on this team?
Maybe
Austin competes.
Maybe
Gabe Vincent competes
Rui,
defensively.
Rui, I think, is long.
I don't think
Reddish, I think, is
long. He's long, but I don't think he's a good perimeter defender. Reddish can be a good perimeter defender.
Yeah,
I don't
well, when
think
you see
have
Reddish
those.
in the game, he's being put into the game to play
Oh,
defense.
and JJ
Yes,
clearly he's earned JJ's trust.
Right.
But yeah, they are not blessed with great wing defenders right now.
Not even wing defenders, just perimeter defenders in
defenders,
general.
yeah.
It's not even the wings. It's everywhere, up and down.
But pay attention to this three-point thing I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's not that the Lakers don't defend at all. It's just if the other team works the ball around to a three-point shooter, he's always open.
So what you're suggesting is the Lakers should play defense
I think they should play
shooters.
more. I think they should play more zone.
Oh, is that right?
I do. And
but then aren't you not? You're then forcing outside shots.
No. You're take the zone and press it out and make those guys shoot over AD at the basket. What I'm saying is but then what other teams will do is they'll get AD's whoever AD's guarding, and they'll just pull them out to the three-point line.
Well, and also the Lakers tend to switch very, very
well, they
quickly.
switch everything.
Switch everything, which is not working out for them right now.
But
because what that does is like AD will be on somebody like Jokic, for example, and then he'll just pull somebody out, and he'll have D'Angelo's guy bring in on D'Angelo onto Jokic.
Right.
It switches everything out so fast.
This is a good question, John. This is good for you. I talked to Andy Kamenetsky about this. I talked to Ramona about this. And I've heard James Worthy talk about this.
Yeah.
The Lakers switch too much. They switch every time, and it results in a laziness on defense. Do you see that switching all the time as being a liability?
Well, the other team figures out that that's what you're doing. So let's say, like, we're going to Minnesota on Friday. So Anthony Edwards has the ball at the top of the key, and let's say Gabe Vincent is guarding Anthony Edwards.
Yep.
If the Wolves know that you're switching everything, they'll just take whoever Dalton Connect is guarding and have him go set a screen for Anthony Edwards, and then the next thing you know, Dalton Connect's guarding Anthony Edwards.
Hang him out to dry.
So I agree with Andy. I think
Fight
they should
through some
switch
screens.
less. Yeah. I do.
All right, so there's a little Lakers. Coming up, we're going to spin the wheel of questions. And after that, I wanted to USC's schedule is out for 2025, football schedule. And believe it or not, USC has got a first-team All-American announced today.
Really?
Yep. Tell you who it is. Coming up, Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Okay, let's talk trash. Food waste, that is. If you toss your food scraps in the regular trash, it sends them to landfills where they release gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, easy, and helps protect the planet if you're ready to do your part. Visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message is funded by Cal Recycle.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. after Greeny.
You know, I feel loud and proud. I'm coming out. I like LeBron James.
Sure.
I'm coming out.
Yes, I like LeBron James. There are people that hate him, and I don't get it. I've done my research. I've talked to people that have played, coached, watched. Where do you have him in your top 5? Without a doubt, he always lands at 3.
3.
The third best player ever in the history of the game.
Okay.
Yes. Jordan, somebody else, him.
That's fine. If you had him at the top, that's also fine.
That's what I'm saying.
If you had him at number 2, that's also fine.
I don't prefer his game. It does not make me go, wow. It's a big dude that uses power moves, right?
Yeah.
Kobe was more artistic.
Yeah.
That is what I like to watch.
Sure.
But I have come around. I like LeBron James. I like everything he does on the floor.
This is recent to come around to LeBron?
Yes.
Yeah.
Weekday mornings at 9 a.m.
It's Travis and DeMarco
on 710 ESPN.
Hey, John Ireland here. If you're looking to sell your home, call Seller's Advantage. They'll make you a cash offer, no need for repairs. They buy as is. With Seller's Advantage, there are no agents. They can close in days, and they buy with cash. They'll even offer a $10,000 advance to help with moving and other expenses. Check out their reviews online and call for a no-obligation offer at 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747, and visit sellersadvantage.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano here. You know it's hard to find a good dentist for your kids, someone who they can trust and enjoy going to the dentist with. Luckily, we found Children's Dental Fun Zone. With 17 locations across Southern California, Children's Dental Fun Zone specializes in children's dentistry and orthodontics. With state-of-the-art equipment and personal attention your children deserve. To book your child's next appointment, visit their website, cdfzone.com. That's cdfzone.com. Or call them at 800-717-KIDS. That's 800-717-KIDS.
Progressive presents Renter's MVP's Most Valuable Possessions. Today's MVP, Emily Neal's 70-inch TV. Because after watching her second-grade students yell at each other for hours, there's nothing Emily enjoys more than watching super-rich housewives also yell at each other. Why? Because those women are not her responsibility. And that's why her TV is today's MVP. Keep your most valuable possessions protected by bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Adam Schefter here with Vivid Seats. We've got some late-breaking news coming out of the stands. According to multiple sources, Vivid Seats fans are scoring rewards on every purchase and at a rapid pace. Obviously, these rewards are a game-changer, and coupled with their MVP-worthy ticket selection, why get tickets anywhere else? Don't drop the ball this season. Shop with Vivid Seats and earn rewards on every ticket. And as the official ticketing partner of ESPN, Vivid Seats is offering you $20 off your first $200 ticket purchase with code Schefter. That's code Schefter.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason and Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
All right, that was a full sentence I said while the wheel was spinning.
Do you have a good wheel, or I can do it if you want?
I got one. Go
for it.
All right, yeah, it's one of those. All right, so the CIA, John.
Central Intelligence Agency.
Correct. They did a study in 1983, and the results have just become public. They did a study on reincarnation. We actually had a question with the devil earlier this week. Now we got reincarnation.
Yeah. Did they talk to Shirley MacLaine?
I do not know if they did, but here's what they said. It's interesting. They said in a 29-page report called The Analysis and Assessment of the Gateway Process, they were commissioned anyone to take part in this, a training design. Consciousness, they say, is energy, and it exists outside of our understanding of reality. This is a sound and rational basis for reincarnation. John, do you believe in reincarnation?
I don't think so. I've never given it a ton of thought. But it wouldn't shock me if do you feel like you've been here before? I don't.
I do not. I do not. I think I'm one of a kind.
Do you think you'll be something else
I think,
after you go?
Truly, pay attention. I am one of one. There ain't nothing that is like me. By the way, same for Ireland, same for you guys. No, but I don't think that the energy goes on. I do think there's energy or consciousness, and I think it does continue. I just don't think it reincarnates. I think you move on to whatever the next thing is. Brian, are you coming back as a goat?
Maybe not
a goat?
Just first thing that popped into my head.
If I came back as a dog, I wouldn't be mad.
No,
I would say that.
I would like to come back as one of my dogs.
Yeah, they live a good life.
They do live a good life.
But not necessarily, although don't they kind of put this with like deja vu? Is like if you experience deja vu, is it kind of like the same spectrum? Because that happens to me a lot.
Yeah,
I'll tell you,
I would imagine deja vu leads you to the belief that you may be reincarnated.
I don't believe in reincarnation per se,
Yeah.
but I'll tell you what I do believe in. I believe in fate. In other words, I think there's a reason that all four of us are here right now. We were put here for a reason. I don't know what the reason is, but I think that God has a plan for people, and it depends how you execute the plan. But
you do believe
He puts people in your life.
You still believe
reason.
people have free will.
Absolutely.
Right, as opposed
to... Yeah, you can screw up the fate.
Like sometimes, yeah, exactly. You can screw it up.
But I believe God put Juan in your life, and then you did what you wanted with it.
True, absolutely.
I don't think it was a happenstance that you guys
I
met.
agree with you. Meant to be together. Bergman, what about you?
Nah, man, I'm dead. It's gone. It's over.
That's
all,
right.
It's all
this
left.
is the Jewish view, right?
Yeah,
That's all
I
over.
mean, I don't know if it's a full Jewish view or just mine, but either way,
Are
when
you
I'm
a-
gone, sprinkle my ashes. I'm done.
And
That's
there
it.
is no more Greg.
There's no more Greg.
Wow.
Yeah.
A world without Greg.
I know. You should be upset.
All right.
By the way, I
sad
mentioned
world.
Shirley MacLaine.
Yeah.
Do you guys know this? I didn't know this until very recently. Did you know that Shirley MacLaine and Warren Beatty
are siblings? Yeah.
Are brother and sister?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I
Neither
knew
did
that.
I.
Yeah.
Until recently.
Yeah.
Who's
Weird.
older?
Shirley.
Sure.
She's his older sister.
Huh.
Yeah. There's still, and then
Wow.
you get to a certain point and you're like, I don't want to be on camera anymore. I don't want to do shows anymore. Like Denzel, I was just thinking, I haven't seen Warren Beatty in years. Like I can't imagine. He directed a lot of great movies and starred in a lot of great movies, but I think he's probably done. You reach a point where you're just done. Like I think Denzel says 5 more movies and then he's done. I think past 75, like actors that hang on past 75, there are certainly roles.
Warren Beatty is 87.
Al
Yeah,
Pacino's
he's not-
making movies. 84.
Yeah, is he making movies?
I mean,
is he doing like
stuff.
paycheck movies?
He
or-
was just a couple of years ago. He was in that show Hunters on Amazon.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
Just a couple of years ago.
Yeah. So there comes a point where you just kind of hang it up. All right. So the USC football schedule has been finalized, and what I don't understand is this is the schedule. If you looked at this 1 year ago at the 2025 schedule, it would be exactly the same one. Nothing has really
they
changed.
didn't like Lincoln Riley was lobbying to get the Notre Dame game out.
They will continue to play
Hey,
Notre Dame.
This lends itself to a broader conversation.
Okay.
If you were Lincoln Riley, if you were a head football coach,
Mm-hmm.
would you want your AD to schedule big-time opponents or protect your record? Because you look now, like Alabama didn't make the playoff because they had 3 losses.
Right.
Right now, they play Georgia Southern and Missouri State.
Correct.
Not
much different from last year when they played Utah State.
Would you do that, or would you say, you know what, I'm going to go play LSU. I just want to see what happens.
Well, they
did play LSU
That's been
this year.
done. Yeah, they played them in the opener.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I think I would like to see them keep the early season schedule soft, so that they can ramp up. Georgia Southern, by the way, which is Clay Helton, which is kind of cool. Clay Helton coming back to the Coliseum. But yeah, I'd rather see those easier games at the beginning because it does take a toll. This year, by the way, it was total fool's gold. We beat LSU in the opener, and then the season went into the tank.
Right.
So here is the official schedule for...
I think if you put Lincoln Riley on a lie detector, he would want cupcakes for all non-conference games. That's why he wanted to get rid of the Notre Dame game. He wants to keep his job.
I think it depends on what school you are. Like USC should schedule cupcakes so they can get into the playoff.
Right.
UCLA should schedule big-time people so that they can actually get better at football.
Right, and the other thing is you should not play a Division II or whatever they call that.
See, I think in basketball, it's actually smart to schedule tough opponents because it gets you tournament
ready. Yeah.
But the flip side of that is if you lose all those games, maybe you don't make the tournament.
Right.
And, you know, the schedule next year actually looks very doable. Missouri State at home, Georgia Southern at home, at Purdue. That was a bad team in the Pac-12 or in the Big Ten this year. Michigan State at home, at Illinois, not a great team. Michigan at home with their new $12 million quarterback, Bryce Underwood, at Notre Dame, at Nebraska, home Northwestern, home Iowa, at Oregon, and then home UCLA. That seems like a schedule.
I don't know if there's a home loss on that schedule. I don't think there is. Unless UCLA beats them.
Michigan could be tough. Iowa could be tough. UCLA always is.
I think they'll beat Michigan. Iowa doesn't scare me. UCLA would be the one game I'd worry about, but because it's a rivalry game. But other than that, I think they win all their home games.
I'll tell you what, he better win all his home games.
We didn't this year.
I know, and I want him gone, but unfortunately, nobody that has buyout money agrees with me.
Well,
Should win three games
remember
on the road,
that
too.
buyout comes down every year. So if
Correct.
he does this again next year, chances are there'll be more people than just you calling for his head.
Yeah, although I think most USC fans are like done with Lincoln Riley.
Now next year he's going to win a ton of games because it's an easy schedule and be like, oh, Lincoln Riley's back.
Well, if he makes the playoff, sure, he's back.
What if he doesn't make the playoff?
I think then I'm going to want him gone again.
So he's 9-3.
My
you
default,
want him gone.
my default is I want him gone. Now, as soon as his buyout gets low enough, if they keep playing the way they are, then I say my opinion will be that he should be gone. I personally am over it.
Yeah. So John, at 9-3, do you think he goes?
No, he would stay.
9-3, he'd probably stay.
He's not in the playoff. Not 3 losses.
Yeah.
You're not in the playoff.
Yeah, but he makes too much money to fire him if he goes 9-3.
But if he goes,
there's 9 wins.
If he goes 7-5, then I think you're looking at it.
Yeah,
because he's got to win. All right, coming up next for you. We're going to do some.
Are we doing sports graffiti?
Yeah, sports graffiti. 877-710-ESPN. 877-710-ESPN. We will get your calls in here. You got 15, 20 seconds to say whatever it is you want to say. We talked Lakers already. Dodgers, there's news on Teo, whether or not he may stay or go, whether the Dodgers can land him and return from last year's World Series team. All kinds of stuff going on in sports. Jump on the phones, 877-710-ESPN. All right. You have never, ever, ever, I promise you, you've heard me talk about it. I believe this, experienced anything like Cosm. So I try to describe this all the time. So it's called immersive shared reality. So every play, and like right now you can go see the NBA Cup games there now, you can see on an immense 8K plus wraparound display. So like you are in it. It's above you. It's below you. It's in your peripheral vision. It's in front of you. You can see the game, be part of the game, feel like you're sitting courtside. And this holiday season at Cosm, you can get 20% off any NBA event when you use discount code ESPNLA. Again, 20% off any NBA event in December. Use discount code ESPNLA. Get your tickets now at Cosm.com. That's COSM, Cosm.com. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
710 ESPN, the destination for LA sports this fall.
Here comes LeBron and slam dunk right in Paul George's face and a foul.
Lakers basketball.
Got it back. Another 3. Good. What a night for Austin Reeves.
Rams football.
Cup of the 6. Cup to the pylon. Touchdown, Cooper Cup. Touchdown, LA.
The USC Trojans.
Hands off the marks. Up the middle. Into the end zone. Touchdown. They're going wild in half of this stadium as the Trojans are going to pull off the upset. How do you do?
LAFC.
Flip for LA Football Club, did he?
The LA Kings and Angels baseball.
The all-new ESPN LA app, your destination for LA sports. Are you ready? Creed.
Bio for Wellington Mag, the Summer of '99 tour returns. August 7th at Crisure Arena. With special guests 3 doors down. And Mammoth WVH. Tickets on sale Friday at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. Creed returns the Summer of '99 tour.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Big news, Rams fans. Your favorite team added some new personnel. I'll cue up the announcement. Here we go. With the next pick in the NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Rams have chosen Jacob Ronnie as their chosen legal partner. That's right. The Rams decided to call Jacob. So remember, Rams fans, when you're injured, call the chosen legal partner of your favorite NFL team. Call Jacob.
Call Jacob.
Hey guys, it's Sedano and Cap. And Cappy, we want to make people's holidays bigger and brighter with Prize Picks. The best place to get real money action while watching your favorite sports teams and sports action, especially in the state of California.
This holiday season, Prize Picks is giving away 2 free picks in December. They're giving away $30+ million in rewards. Some people think it's Christmas. At Prize Picks, it's Pixmas.
Prize Picks is the best way to win real money this football season and beyond, obviously, of course. Which players are going off? Which ones aren't? Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your sports opinions into real money all season long with Prize Picks.
You make a $5 play, you get a $50 bonus. So make sure you download the Prize Picks app, use our code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y, make a $5 play, get a $50 bonus.
And it's just as simple as going more or less on a player's stats. You can win up to 200 times your money on Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app, use the promo code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. Prize Picks, run your game.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles, and we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
All right, going to do some sports graffiti. Jump on the phones, 877-710-ESPN, 877-710-ESPN. Real quick, in the interest of equal time, UCLA schedule also became final today.
All right, hey, before you get into that, let me say that all these people, whenever people see me at Laker games and stuff, they say, I can never get through it. I never do it on sports graffiti. I'm looking at the lines right now. There's like 4 lines open. Yeah. 4 of the 10. So call now, 877-710-3776, 877-710 ESPN if you want to be on sports graffiti. And of course, if this dries up, we'll just kill it.
Of course we will.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Here's the UCLA schedule. Home Utah. Boy, that's a tough start.
They weren't good this year.
They were not great. No.
They were not good.
At UNLV.
Is Cam Rising still at Utah for his 17th straight year?
Yeah, I think next year's is his last year.
Okay.
He didn't play this year, though, I don't think.
Home New Mexico.
At UNLV is going to be tough.
Why are they going at UNLV? You'd think they get UNLV at the Rose Bowl. They're going to...
They went at San Diego State a few years ago. I
don't
don't know
get
what
that.
they're doing. It's
I don't
very
get that.
frustrating. Martin Jarman, come on, man.
New Mexico home, Northwestern
Not tough.
on the road, Penn State at the Rose Bowl.
They played them well.
Michigan State at Michigan State.
Not great right
Maryland at the Rose Bowl. That's a good spot.
Should win that.
Indiana.
It's going to be tough.
In Bloomington. Nebraska at the
can win
Rose
that.
Bowl.
Oh.
Ohio State at the
that's a
Horseshoe.
loss. That's a loss.
That could be really bad. Washington at the Rose Bowl,
At
and
least
then
at
USC at the
Do
Coliseum.
you guys think Ohio State will have a new coach next year?
It depends. If he doesn't
Chip
win the college
Kelly.
football playoff, he's gone. My brother's a huge Ohio State fan. He wanted him fired before he left the field after losing to Michigan
Wow.
for a 4th consecutive year.
All right, let's get to some of these calls.
Okay.
877-710 ESPN. Patrick is leading off today. Hey, Patrick, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Okay, even his home teammate says he was a selfish player. He only went for the sacks. He didn't help out anybody else to bring down a running back when they're breaking the front line. So, Mark Gastineau, we acknowledge you're a good sack person, but you know what? Stop ripping Brett Favre. Stop crying about him failing you and taking a dive. It's over. You look really bad, man. You got to grow up.
I actually agree with Patrick.
I do too.
I think
Let
this is
it
a bad
go,
look for
Gastineau.
Gas. He's become the guy that's going to be his legacy
Yeah.
now, is that he complained about something else that he had no control over. Jimbo, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go, Jimbo.
Gentlemen, I am one of God's most miserable creatures, a Raider fan.
Oh, that's so sad.
What is stopping Shedeur Sanders from coming out and saying, I just want to play for them a la Eli Manning? Or is there that big of a difference in salary from being the number 1 pick to the other picks?
There is a little bit of a difference. Those salaries are all locked. But here's the issue. When you play that card, when you play the I'm only going there or I won't play for you, you have to have a backup plan in the case. Like John Elway did it.
Right.
He was going to go to baseball. Eli Manning did it, but his family had millions. His dad and his brother were already millionaires. He could just sit out a year, and his family would have been taken care of.
Right.
I would assume Deion and Shador have that kind of money, but
I'm sure.
I don't know.
But you don't have to do anything now. You may wind up with the Raiders. Right now, they would get the number one pick in the draft. So you don't have to angle at the moment.
So do you think it's Shador, or do you think it's Shador and Deion if they get the number one pick?
That's a very good question. I'm going to guess.
Greg, what do you think? Shador or Shador and Deion if the Raiders end up with the number one pick?
Well, I don't want definitely Shador and Deion.
See, I don't think
Deion keeps saying, I know you people don't believe me, but I'm not leaving.
Deion's got a hell of a recruiting class right now and a 5-star quarterback in Juju Lewis. I don't think he's going to jump to the NFL.
Probably not, but Antonio Pierce has to go.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Gee, only if somebody could have said that before the season even. Oh, wait, I did. Taylor, you're on Sports Graffiti.
First
Go,
time
Taylor.
for everything.
Hey, so Mace earlier was talking about any kind of supplements that can help with testosterone levels.
Right,
and those
right.
things. One that worked for me, I took some blood work and some testosterone levels before I started it.
Mm-hmm.
It's Tongat Ali and Fedosia agrestis.
I have no idea what you just said. You're going to have to spell that out.
Is what you said, was that in English?
Yes.
What's it? Say it again slow.
Tongkat Ali Ali.
Okay.
Fedosia agrestis, Fadogia.
Yeah, that's way too. I'm sorry, Taylor. That's way too much. We're not smart enough to follow that.
Know. I see it. Tonga Ali tablets. Yeah, you can get those. It's a 2-in-1 supplement.
Well, Nugenics didn't work for me, so maybe try this guy's idea.
Yeah, why not?
Harold, you're on Sports Graffiti. Harold, go ahead.
Hey, I'm one of your best callers, fellas.
Good, Harold.
Anyway, okay. All right. I want to be. Hey, John, I know you're a Bruin. What do you think about the Bruin basketball team, how well they'll do in the Big Ten this year?
I haven't seen them play a whole game yet. I've just seen highlights. I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah. Look at Bergman. He's like, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. He watches all the games.
I do watch the games.
I'm not sure, Greg, that to me, it seems he's got a lot of foreign players again this year.
No. He got rid. All those foreign players basically left. Adai Mara's the only one that's left over from that team.
When I watched, I didn't recognize a ton of people, but they won.
Totally
they won
new.
big.
They won. So they beat, just in the last week, they beat Washington, who's really good, and also Oregon, who was undefeated in Oregon. So they're 8-1 right now. They made it into the top 25. They are a much better team than people are giving them credit for.
And I like Mick Cronin.
He's an amazing coach. I think they're going to do well in the Big 12. I actually think they're going to, the Big 10. They're going to win the Big 10.
Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Get back to me about this in March.
Yeah, that's your whole thing.
I think most people are like Mason.
Oh, I mean, I
agreed.
It's just not I don't watch regular season college basketball.
That's why you know nothing.
I think most people don't.
Yeah.
DJ, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go, DJ.
Hey guys, thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
A question for Ireland. What would we have to do to get a Jimmy Butler? And I'll listen.
Okay. If they wanted to trade for Jimmy Butler, it would be very difficult to clear the money.
Yep.
You would almost need to put LeBron in the deal, and LeBron's got a no trade, and he's not going back to Miami anyway. I think the only other way you could do it would be to be like D'Lo, Rui, and 2 number ones, and you might be able to get Butler.
He's making 48-7 this year. See, that's the number you got to match. It's tough for the
You got to get within 75%.
Right. So that's very tricky.
So probably D'Lo, Rui, and somebody. I don't think it's in the.
Yeah, they probably would have to get rid of Reeves to make that work, and that's not going to happen.
Well, that's the person everyone asked for.
Right.
Yeah.
Here's David. Hey, David, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead.
Hey, yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I had a question for the Lakers for Ireland as well. People who are saying they want to get rid of LeBron, he has a no-trade clause, and I mean, who would even trade for him, and why would he go when Bronny's in the G League with the Lakers? I don't see that happening.
Well, I don't think it's going to happen, David.
I don't know that.
But to entertain your premise, let's say a team like Golden State wants LeBron, and LeBron wants to go there. That's how it would happen. LeBron would have to instigate it. And to address your other point, Bronny would probably be in the deal.
Yeah, you just trade Bronny too.
But, again, I can't stress this enough for all you guys lobbying for LeBron to be off the Lakers. He has to instigate it. He has a no trade. He has control of this situation. It has to be. He has to sign off on it. He just can't do it.
I'm lobbying LeBron. Ask for a trade, LeBron.
Well, that's if what you want is LeBron off the Lakers, you shouldn't yell at Rob Pelinka or Jeannie. You've got to get LeBron to agree to it. Travis, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Sports question and a personal question. So I'm not sure if I missed it when you guys talked about it, but what are your thoughts on the golden at bat rule, especially want to hear from Berg? And then what are some features, if someone's considering buying a massage chair, what are some features that you personally recommend? Doesn't have to be a brand specifically, but curious on that.
Okay, so let's deal with the first thing first. Greg, what's your thoughts on the golden at bat rule that they're contemplating?
I hate it.
It is idiotic.
So much.
So people know the idea in the golden at bat rule is that you can take your best hitter and send them to the plate at any time that you want. So let's say
in the ninth
one
inning.
time.
In the ninth.
Well, I mean that's one.
one
iteration
of it. Yeah.
Right. So let's say runners on, Shohei's not coming up, but you have the ability through the golden at bat to send Shohei to the plate at a critical moment, even though it's not his spot in the order. So
I just don't know how it would work. I don't hate it as much as you guys do, but I don't know how it would work logistically. So let's say you're down by 1 in the ninth, and Shohei is up second.
Yep.
Could you bat him first and second?
Yeah, see, that's
and
where
if,
it gets weird.
if he's on second base, do you put in a pinch runner? I mean, I don't know how it would. I think
this is such a reach.
Right. The phrase that pops into my head: if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Baseball just had a great year.
Yeah.
The changes they made were really successful. This is a bridge too far.
This
I think.
gimmick sounds stupid.
Actually, Rob Manfred, one of the nice things he's actually done for the sport, said, I don't like this rule. It's not going to happen.
He did? Okay.
He said he doesn't like the rule.
Does he still think the World Series trophy is just a piece of metal?
Shiny piece of metal? Yeah. But, John, it would be the same thing as, like, at the end of the game, let's say early in, you foul Shaq.
Yep.
And you're like, oh, no, we want Kobe to shoot that.
We'll put in a designated free throw shooter.
Mason used the right word. It's a reach, and for me, it's a bridge too far. I don't mind changes to baseball. I think the changes they've made have been pretty good.
Been great, yeah.
But this is too far.
The next big change is they don't like to say the automated strike zone.
Well, that should have been done 5 years ago.
I think they're using it during spring training games this year.
I think
to
14
test it.
different spring training games, something like that.
Yeah.
You want another one?
Yeah, let's do one more.
Let's go, Chris. Oh, no, Antonio. Antonio, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
How you guys doing?
Great, man.
So I saw a report today that said, Brian Windhorst said that, LeBron has made it clear that he wants the roster to be, constructed differently around him. Also, Jovan Buha put out a report today that LeBron's not practicing with the team due to personal reasons.
Yes.
I know as getting closer to December 15th with all the trades and the names that could be potentially on the board, you guys see there's any correlation to that? Or is just
I'm glad you brought that up, Antonio. We're going to get into that next.
Yes.
And we'll play for you what Brian Windhorst said. Brian on Friday said that it would be almost impossible to trade LeBron. He has backpedaled a little bit on that.
Yeah, he has. We'll get to that coming up. Plus, Windhorst also talked about Jimmy Butler being on the trade market and available right now and where he may land. We'll get to all that coming up. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Okay, if you're looking to sell your house quickly and easily without having to deal with repairs or the worry of buyers qualifying for loans, call Seller's Advantage. They have thousands of satisfied customers. They're the go-to choice for homeowners looking to sell fast. They will buy your home for a competitive cash offer and can close in just days. Not weeks, not months, days. No repairs are needed because they buy homes as is. They have an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau and the most 5-star reviews on Google and Yelp. It's no wonder thousands of sellers have chosen Seller's Advantage. It's the fastest, most stress-free way to sell your home. If you're ready, call Seller's Advantage. Get a no-obligation offer at 888-390-AS-IS. That works out to 888-390-2747 or sellersadvantage.com.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
Hey guys, it's Cap. So you get this letter from the Department of Water and Power with two big bold words, high usage. And you don't really know what to do about it, but you kind of have an idea of who you can blame. So you go knock on your daughter's door and you go, hey, would you stop showering for 45 minutes twice a day? And then you go to your son and say, would you please stop washing your car 3 times a week? And then you continue with your life until you get another one of these beautiful letters that says high usage on it. This is where the Water Boy comes in. The Water Boy specializes in pressurized leak detection. All they do, day in and day out, is go to homes and find leaks. Their state-of-the-art equipment allows them to visually and acoustically inspect your pipes to find that stubborn leak that's constantly flowing. It can be anything from a failing toilet to a burst pipe in your slab. You don't even know it existed. They have ample amounts of experience from water damage restoration to general construction and plumbing that, when combined, allows them to master the art of leak detection. They do non-destructive leak detections, which means they're not going to open or damage the structure of your home. Their equipment is advanced enough to listen to the exposed surfaces and indicate where the leak is occurring. They are widely used by homeowners, property managers, and even realtors to inspect pressurized water systems to make sure they're intact and functioning with no leaks. Call Omer at the Water Boy Leak Detection today, 818-518-5055. Visit thewaterboyinc.com. That's the Water Boy Leak Detection at 818-518-5055. Talk to Omer. He's going to take good care of you at the Water Boy. Visit thewaterboyinc.com.
Take a sip of sunshine this season with Milagro Tequila. What's up, guys? It's D-Far. Milagro Tequila is made from 100% blue agave, crafted for bright flavor and exceptional smoothness. Enjoy the freshest margaritas with Milagro Silver, mix up some palomas with Reposado, or simply sip Milagro Añejo on the rocks. Milagro at your favorite retailer, in stores, and online. Welcome to the brighter side of tequila. Milagro Tequila. Must be 21 and over. Please enjoy responsibly.
Harry Douglas here, and if you're constantly on the go like I am, then earbuds are a priority. That's why you need Technique's new noise-canceling AZ80s. Like you, these buds work as hard as they play. You'll get Technique's legendary high-res audio, along with state-of-the-art noise cancellation, so you can stay in your zone. Visit us.techniques.com/sports for special holiday deals on the AZ80s today. That's us.technics.com/sports.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason and Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
So what's up, people? It is Wednesday, getting ready for Christmas. No Christmas music today so far, Brian. You little, you're Scrooging?
Yeah, exactly. It's hour 3.
Hour 3.
Hour 3.
He's a part of the tribe with me.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
Celebrate it all.
Yeah, exactly. It's all fun. All right, so
we were talking about Brian Windhorst and this idea that LeBron could be traded. Now,
yes.
I'm not for it, but I'm literally in the minority. Everybody else around here is for it. The question is it feasible?
Yeah.
Like, he has a no-trade clause. He makes $50 million a year. He's arguably the greatest player in the NBA today that's still playing.
Yes.
It seems like a tall task to make this move. But Brian Windhorst continues, who Brian's covered LeBron since he was in high school, continues to say that not only LeBron, but Jimmy Butler are in the sights of the Warriors right now. Here's Windy today.
Jimmy Butler is really, since last spring, when the Heat made it clear they were not going to extend his contract, we were probably headed for an ending of the waves between the Heat and Jimmy Butler. I wouldn't say it's a done deal yet, but I think teams are starting to kick the tires there and look and see what it might take. And the Warriors are one of them. The Warriors have been really active in trying to look for a star player. They kicked the tires on a couple other stars over the summer. And if Jimmy Butler is available and the Warriors feel like they need to upgrade, that could be. But who else is on their list, Roz? That's LeBron James. And I know that this is one of the most fascinating opportunities in the league. It's a delicious scenario to think about. The Warriors have dreamed of pairing LeBron with Steph Curry and Draymond Green since last year. They've made an inquiry, and it got shut down last February. That was before LeBron played with Steve Kerr and Steph Curry and won the gold medal over the summer. So they will definitely monitor the situation, and I don't think they do anything without knowing this door is locked. But I would just say with LeBron, it's up to him. He has a no-trade clause, and he has given no indication he wants the Lakers to do anything but upgrade the roster they've got, not that he wants to go anywhere.
So are guys like you and Greg and everybody selling this, LeBron asked for a trade, LeBron asked, are you pipe dreaming? Or do you think it's a viable thing?
I honestly, and the caller also pointed out, the Lakers' one practice this week is today, and LeBron is not there because of personal reasons. I don't think that has anything to do with any of that stuff, which was suggested by a caller. You know what? I don't think it's impossible. I mean, the Warriors made an entree last year, January, right before the trade deadline, and they went to LeBron, and LeBron said no. But you know what? If I'm LeBron, if I've got a chance, the team he is on is in no danger of winning a championship. But if he goes to Golden State and plays with Steph and Draymond, and by the way, they're actually pretty decent as a team right now. They got a chance to win a title. And if I'm LeBron, I'm thinking about legacy, and I'm thinking of winning another ring.
That all makes sense, but I just don't know where LeBron's priorities are right now. I mean, maybe he loves living in L.A. I mean, I used you as the example the other day. If somebody wanted you to go to Ohio and they were going to give you more money and you were going to get a national show and all this other stuff.
Wouldn't do it.
Right. So why would LeBron?
Well, it just depends. Does he want to win a championship, or does he just like where he's living?
Yeah.
That's essentially what it comes down to.
I don't know the answer to that. Do you?
No, of course not.
No,
but I think that's what the question for LeBron is what's more important to him, winning a championship or just staying with the team that he has and being around his family?
And, and by the way, a trade can easily be constructed if LeBron says, I want to go.
Though?
It is.
Like
you can
make
example,
salaries work. But
you can make salaries work. Wiggins, Kuminga is the guy you want. Pajemski is the guy you want, and Gary Payton too to seal it. That's $46 million. That basically matches.
You only have to
number.
get 75%, so they'll probably take somebody out of that. I don't know.
I
don't know
want
Kuminga
Kuminga and Pajemski.
Right,
but Greg, keep in mind that's true. You have to get 75% to meet the requirement, but it's a little trickier than that in this case because neither the Warriors or the Lakers can add money, so it almost has to be a straight swap, or pretty close to.
So it really comes down to would the Warriors they'd get off of Wiggins for sure,
yeah, for sure.
But would they get off of Pajemski? Would they get off of Kuminga? And
well,
I don't know
they're
if
not,
that's
whether it's Jimmy buckets or it's LeBron. They're going to have to give those guys up
if
they really want to go for it. Those guys are the ones that everybody would ask for. Miami would ask for them, and the Lakers would ask for them.
So how you talk about it all the time, John, about what it would look for the Lakers. How would it look if the Lakers, for Jeannie and for Rob and all that, did trade LeBron?
Well, based on, I mean, this is a very small sample size, but based on the people that work here, it would be pretty well received. I would hate it. But I'm biased. I'm the Laker announcer. I love LeBron. I love calling his games. I think he's one of the greatest players I've ever seen. And it's a star-driven town. But what I'm realizing, Greg, is that there are more people in your camp than in mine.
Right.
I think a month ago there were more people in my camp than yours.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't there a month ago, but because the Lakers got off to a blazing start. They looked really good. Now I see who they really are, and I'm like, all right, LeBron. The fact that he's not playing defense suggests to me that he is just not engaged here.
Yeah, but that's him always. Like he stopped playing defense last December.
But now it's brazen. If you watch that Miami game, it's like, oh my God.
And when he points over at other people and says, "Hey, why did you get that?"
Cover him?
Right.
I mean, here's the thing though. Are we being fair to LeBron? Steph doesn't play defense. Devin Booker doesn't play a ton of defense. Well, Booker plays a little bit of defense, but Bradley Beal doesn't play any.
No.
But you're on a team that is very defensively challenged, and you need players
and
that play
you
defense.
are the leader of that team
Right.
and the tone setter, and so as a result, nobody plays defense.
Right, and nobody does. And I think the Warriors actually are normally a good defensive team. Like Draymond is a good defensive player.
Yeah.
So put it this way, Golden State is giving up 109 points a game. The Lakers are giving up 116. So they are playing defense.
As a
averaging
team.
under 110 points for a team, especially in today's NBA, that's really good.
Right, but I'm just saying that we're singling out LeBron as somebody who's not playing defense.
Well, he's the leader of the team.
I could give you 10 All-Stars that don't play defense.
Okay, but he's the leader of this team, and the team has tanked defensively. If you are a competitive human being like LeBron is, you don't want to be embarrassed by 41 points.
Okay, I guess here's a fair comparison. Okay. Luka plays no defense.
Correct.
None.
Yes.
But no one's calling for Luka to get traded.
Well, I think that's probably because they are playing well.
And he's also 26 years old.
What are they, like 14 and 10?
Are they 14 and 10?
Yeah, and what are we, like 12 and 11? I think they're like two games better than us.
They went to the finals last year without Luka playing defense.
Dallas is 16 and 9, and they also have other guys to cover for Luka, just like the Warriors have other guys to cover for the Warriors.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about with Dallas? Who do they have to cover? Like
They're
Kyrie
16 and
doesn't.
9.
Yeah, but Kyrie doesn't play defense. Clay doesn't play defense.
No, but then the big guys that they have, they got a couple of guys. PJ Washington.
But wait a minute, Greg. You listen to yourself. Their big guys play defense. None of them. Their big guys are better defensively than Anthony Davis.
That team is playing better defense, team defense, than the Lakers are.
Well, I mean. Our ESPN LA team is playing better.
But
they have.
But to Bergman's point, they did. Maxi Kleber's a good defender.
Yes.
As you mentioned, PJ Washington they acquired last year. Do they still have? And they still have Daniel Gafford, who's a good defender.
Right.
They've got guys who play defense and set a tone. The Lakers' tone is being set by LeBron, and there is no defense out there.
Yeah, it's. I think I understand that your camp is. Once LeBron out and that you hope it happens, I just think it's a really, really big long shot. I don't think he's getting traded. I just don't. But
no, it's up.
That doesn't mean I know.
In other words,
anything.
you don't think LeBron will ask for a trade.
I do not. But I don't. I haven't asked LeBron about this. I don't know. Maybe he's stewing privately, and
he may be mulling. Yeah, it's out there.
I hope he doesn't.
The fact that Windhorst is talking about it maybe suggests he's always connected to LeBron.
There's probably some type of leak going on, like Rich Paul's just putting it out there, or somebody just giving stuff to Windhorst. Not that it's actually going to happen. If you ask what do you think actually happens, I don't think LeBron gets traded.
I don't either.
He is here all year.
That's not going to dissuade me from going on the air and saying I want LeBron to ask 100%. For a trade.
Hey, Mace, here's something you've been beating the drum on that is now going to happen.
Got it.
According to Shams, Bronny will play his first G League road game on Thursday in Arizona against the Valley Sun.
Good.
So now they're going to start doing that.
That's excellent. Excellent. Yeah, I mean, I think that makes sense. You learn to play ball by playing ball. All right, coming up next for you, ridiculous new law being proposed in Ohio. Plus.
In your home state?
Yes. Plus, maybe some good news for the Dodgers when it comes to bringing back a fan favorite. That's coming up next for you. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Okay, so Mace, you know our friend Kevin Reese, the photographer.
The best, yeah.
Kevin has been a photographer at more sporting events in L.A. than anyone I know. He's been here for 30 years. He's one of the best in the business. He was at Kirk Gibson's home run game. He was at every Laker title.
He'll randomly take a picture of me and Juan at a game and then send it to me, and it looks really cool. He's a great photographer.
He's top of the business. So I'm going to share. Kevin is married to a woman named Kathy.
I love her.
I've known Kevin and Kathy for years and known their son Kyle. Great family. Kevin asked me a month ago, he said, hey, I want to do something big for Kathy's birthday. Do you really mean it when you say Terranea is all that? And I said, absolutely. Go down there for the day. Tell me what you think. Here is the text. It was Kathy's birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Kathy Reese. Here's the text Kevin sent me this morning. You aren't kidding in those spots you do for Terranea. That place is outstanding. We had a very nice day there. Kathy loved it. It was so clear yesterday you could see Catalina Island. Thanks for the hookup. They treated us like royalty the whole time we were there. You, if you're listening, can be like Kevin and Kathy Reese. All you got to do is go to Terranea.com. TERRANEA.com. You don't have to fly to Hawaii to get a Hawaiian experience. Terranea is like going to Hawaii without getting on a plane. They've got it all. 4 different restaurants, a spa, a golf course, hikes, bike rides. Trust me, I've never, ever sent somebody to Terranea that didn't come back with a review like the one Kevin just came back with. Find out for yourself. Check them out today. Terranea, Terranea.com.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland. My man, Dave Roberts, is on Sedano and Cap.
Start with Ice Cube and you singing along with him. Because that was one of the coolest moments I've ever seen at a baseball game, let alone the freaking World Series.
Right.
You know what? So World Series, we got the Yankees, and I'm locked in. And the next thing I know, Ice Cube is on the field, and I'm going, this is bananas. So I had to kind of put down my game face and my old high school days in Vista, California, driving my Nissan Sentra with my 10 subwoofers in the trunk, rocking out to NWA. I was like, man, this is my chance. So I was like, there's Ice Cube in the center of the diamond, and I'm going to go up there and join him and sing along. And the kid just came out in me, and I just couldn't resist.
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
All right, parents, here's some fun facts for you here from Children's Dental Fun Zone. First tooth, first visit. Once those teeth pop out, you gotta bring them to Children's Dental Fun Zone. And as far as ortho is concerned, you gotta get those kids here by the age of 8.
Island in SoCal. Go to ESPNLA.com and nominate who you think is making LA a better place. This can be a mentor, a teacher, a coach, a good Samaritan, a youngster who brightens your day. Tell us who's smiling and you could win some awesome prizes like sweet tickets from ESPN LA, Sonic Care electric toothbrushes, whitening treatment, and a grand prize of Invisalign from Beverly Hills Ortho. Enter now at ESPNLA.com and remember you're always smiling at Beverly Hills Orthodontics.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Winning matters, especially after an accident. At calljacob.com, we're here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB.
Max Bankman, I'm the new doctor.
Welcome aboard the Odyssey.
ABC Thursdays.
This ship is heaven. We're tending to our passengers' dreams. I'm in.
From 911 executive producer Ryan Murphy comes a splashy new drama on a luxury cruise ship with Joshua Jackson and Don Johnson.
It's your job to keep everyone alive. She's in VFib. 1, 2, 3. Clear.
I have a pulse.
You're going to be okay.
Dr. Odyssey. Thursdays, 9/8 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason and Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
You know, you can make a law about just about anything. God knows they've tried. So there's one in Ohio I find just absolutely ridiculous, John. Get
What's
this.
that?
Well, you remember the whole Michigan planting their flag at midfield during
I think this whole controversy is stupid.
Okay.
If you lose the game, go to the locker room and shut up.
So Ohio has a bill now being debated that would make flag planting illegal.
Oh, please.
So according to the Port Clinton News-Herald. A lawmaker in Ohio has taken upon themselves to try to make Ohio State Stadium a flag-planting-free zone. The outlet reports that State Rep Josh Williams has introduced House Bill 700, dubbed the Ohio Sportsmanship Act, in the hopes of protecting the sacred turf at The Ohio State University from any flag-related violations. John, this law, I always say to people, we need more laws. We need more different laws on our, in our world. This is a stupid one. Stupid law. It hasn't passed, but
yeah, I don't think we
see.
need it.
I'm of the belief that if you don't want the flag planted,
win the game.
Win the game. Exactly right. I've got no problem with flag planting.
All right, you want some good news?
Yeah.
I have the 49ers injury report for Thursday night. Their best offensive lineman, Trent Williams, out with an ankle.
Wow.
Their starting safety, Malik Mustafa, out with a shoulder. Starting offensive lineman, Ben Barch, out with an ankle.
Okay.
Questionable. Nick Bosa, Khalil Davis, Dre Greenlaw, and Isaac Guerrero, who was their fourth-string tailback. They've
only got one guy left, right?
McCaffrey's
it's like last
out,
man standing
Mason's
in the running
out,
back room,
Guerendo's out. I never feel confident that the Rams are going to win in Northern California. It's just a hard place to win. Normally, the way that series goes, if it's here, the Rams have a chance, and if it's there, the Niners normally take care of business.
Right.
I get a weird feeling the Rams are going to give them a game this time.
I think they're going to win this game. I mean, look, they've got a chance to knock the Niners' season off its ass, right?
Does anybody here know when the last time the Rams won at the Niners?
Not off the top of my head.
Look it up. But by the way, Adam Schefter says that DeMarcus Robinson, Jordan Whittington, and Davis Allen for the Rams are questionable for Thursday.
And that's it.
That's it.
That's good.
I'm okay with that.
That's great.
The thing you
DeMarcus Robinson is a loss.
No, the thing you don't want are any starting offensive linemen to be on that list.
The
and
offensive line is so good right now.
Yeah.
I like what they're doing
difference.
with Kyron Williams and Blake Corum. I like how they're staggering them. And the thing that I think Mace has really changed the Rams.
Yep.
And he's always kind of done this, but lately he's been doing it to a fault. Is Matthew Stafford really does throw it to who's ever open.
Mm-hmm.
You know, your famous question is, are they too Cooper Kupp reliant?
Yes.
Those days are over. He'll throw it to Kupp. He'll throw it to Nakua. He'll throw it to Kyron. He'll throw it to Tutu Atwell. He'll throw it to Robinson if he plays. Who's ever open is getting the ball. And how do you defend that? If he's throwing to 6 different receivers like he did in the Buffalo game.
Yep.
It's really hard for you to. If he's throwing 25 passes all to Kupp, that's easier to defend than if he's throwing to 6 different people. If he's throwing 25 passes to 6 different people.
Well, the thing that they did is because the tight end position has not been productive for them this year, they went to 4 wide receiver sets last week, and it made a difference. Matthew Stafford really does like Tutu Atwell. He finds him in key situations and loves DeMarcus Robinson deep. What's the word on DeMarcus Robinson? Questionable?
Questionable. So if he doesn't play, that is lost. From what I see here, John, the last time the Rams beat San Francisco in San Francisco, October 21st, 2018.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So the Niners.
As my dad used to say, long time between drinks. The Rams playing at the Niners.
The Rams have won 2 in a row, but before that, the Rams lost 8 of 9 to San Francisco. So
that was then. This is now, Mace.
Yeah. And by the way, in the middle of that 8 of 9
is
streak,
what you said true? If they beat the Niners, are they mathematically eliminated?
No, they're just legitimately eliminated.
You put them on the road.
In analytics, it goes from like 10% to 0%.
Right.
They'll be too far in a hole. And the Rams, of course, got to keep pace in the NFC West.
You're with me on this, right? They have to win the division to make the playoffs.
Yes.
Somebody else is getting the wild card.
Yeah, I would not count on a wild card spot if I was playing in the NFC West. So they got to win that division. They've already beaten Seattle once. They've got them in the last week of the season. They control their own destiny.
That could turn into a playoff game.
Could absolutely.
That could you know what? Here's
winning in.
Well, here's what I think is going to happen there. I think that game is going to get flexed into Sunday Night Football, and it's basically going to be the division winner goes to the team that wins that game, and the team that loses, the season's over.
Yeah, yeah.
So how cool would that be?
Oh, it'd be fantastic.
And it's here.
Yeah, I think that's the
first
last
week
game.
in January,
last game
right?
here, first week of January. Yeah, I'm excited if it comes down to that. Hopefully it doesn't. I'd love to see the Rams just pull away here. We are all on Teo watch. Teoscar Hernandez is a free agent right now.
Greg, you sent us something last night that seemed to indicate he was maybe the Dodgers were back in it.
I've got that right here. Last night there was a conversation on MLB Network, and remember, if you think about it, when the Soto domino fell, Teoscar Hernandez became the next big bat to become available.
Right. Best available free agent.
Yes, and this is what was said on MLB Network last night.
Interesting thing on Teoscar, I was hearing this morning. I don't know if you were hearing this too, was, after the Soto signing, he played his hand and it looked like it was going to be more level of interest, but maybe he overplayed it a little bit too much.
Oh.
And that market was not going to continue
That's a great point.
So
that's a great
point. I
point.
think the Dodgers are back in to some degree.
So Dodgers back in to some degree. It sounds like, and they use the phrase overplaying his hand, it sounds like they tried to go big after Soto and maybe 4 or 5 years isn't there, maybe $100 million plus isn't there, so Dodgers back in it.
Would you give Teo, if you were Andrew Friedman, 3 years, 90?
Done.
I would too.
I think he'll get more than that.
You think he'll get more than 30 a year?
Don't you think he'll get more? I think he'll get a fourth year.
I think he's probably trying to get 4 or 5 years, and probably.
Do you think the Dodgers would go that high in years?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't either.
I believe they're at around 3 years. That 3 years 90,
3
years
years 90
70,
is the deal
80,
they make.
something like
yeah,
that.
but 4 years 125 is probably not
At
something
32
they do.
years old, I don't think they want to have him for that many years.
Yeah. So we will find out. Sounds like there's an adjustment in the market as Teo's agent may have gone out and been more aggressive than they can afford. So we'll keep an eye on Teo. Coming up next, we're going to do some What's Up, Fool. Whatever Bergman's got, whatever Brian's got, we will officially tackle. And let me tell you something. It's holiday season. I mentioned earlier today that I got my holiday shopping done. I'm not going to be the last guy at the store. I'm not going to be at the back of the jewelry shop trying to find something good at the last minute or on Amazon hoping something gets shipped to me in time. No, I have got farm fresh flowers from the Books Company. I got 25% off your entire Books purchase, so you can send some too. Here's what I like about the Books Company. Their flowers are cut fresh, sourced directly from the best flower farms, so they last way longer. They even have flowers grown on the side of a volcano, and it was easy. I picked a bouquet, set my delivery date, and done. No wrapping required. Books is perfect for people who have everything, like get a festive bouquet for mom, a mini tree for grandma, or go big with a flower subscription for your wife or your girlfriend. That is basically happiness on repeat. And right now, again, save 20% off with my promo code ESPN. Go to Books.com. Use promo code ESPN. That's BOUQS.com. Books.com, promo code ESPN. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
710 ESPN, the destination for LA sports this fall.
Here comes LeBron and slam dunk right in Paul George's face and a foul.
Lakers basketball.
Got it back. Another three. Good. What a night for Austin Reeves.
Rams football.
Cup of the six. Cup to the pylon. Touchdown, Cooper Cup. Touchdown, LA.
The USC Trojans.
Hands off the marks. Up the middle. Into the end zone. Touchdown. They're going wild in half of this stadium as the Trojans are going to pull off the upset. How do you do?
LAFC.
Oh, flip for LA Football Club. Did he?
The LA Kings and Angels baseball.
The all-new ESPN LA app, your destination for LA sports.
You never expect a Hail Mary pass to win and end the game or getting into an accident. Hey, it's Travis with DeMarco and Evan Cohen.
Only one all-star defensive team you can call to defend you. The personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000.
Don't get sacked by others. Joseph will help you achieve the maximum compensation you deserve. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000.
Let Joseph and his team score a touchdown for you.
Progressive presents Renter's MVP's Most Valuable Possessions. Today's MVP, Joe Fallon's bedroom mini fridge. Sure, this pint-sized chiller's max capacity is 3 soda cans, but what it lacks in stature, it makes up in cooling strength. Each beverage a perfect 37 degrees every time. And the 2 feet Joe walks to get a drink, priceless. That's why his mini fridge is today's MVP. Keep your most valuable possessions protected by bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Hey folks, when it comes to Christmas trees, don't get played by foreign plastic. Just like you wouldn't replace a prize QB with a mannequin. Don't replace American Farm Fresh trees with fake foreign plastic. These farm families are the MVPs of Christmas, growing champions right here on American soil. They're not sitting on the bench. They're out there every day growing real Christmas traditions. Make the winning choice, Farm Fresh Christmas trees, not foreign plastic that pollutes. Visit GetRealKeepItReal.com to find your local farm MVP.
Hey, John Ireland here. Are you going through a life change? Whether you're downsizing, inheriting a home, or ready for a change, Seller's Advantage is here to make selling your home easy. They'll buy it as is with a competitive cash offer. No repairs, no hassle. With Seller's Advantage, you're in control. Close as quickly as you want and do it on your own terms. Check out their reviews online and call for a no-obligation offer at 888-390-AS-IS. That's 888-390-2747 or visit sellersadvantage.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles, and we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
All right, thanks, Brian. So I saw this just a couple days ago. It's from Brick Center. It's not a real site or anything, but it does show it says Boston against Memphis was 17 of 56 from three-point range.
They took 56 threes.
Wow. 56, and that was with 2 minutes left in the game, so they could have taken more.
Okay.
And it says, why are NBA ratings so low? And this person quote tweeted and said, every score tonight was around the 120s. The atmosphere of most games stinks because they're so fast-paced and the rules dictate such easy scoring. So the fans don't even have time to catch their breath. The game is broken, ruined. Do you agree with this person?
There is something to this,
Yeah.
I will tell you. And there's a couple of things they could do about it. All right, what do you think about this? All right, I'll give you 3 ideas I have that I think could bring the game kind of back.
Okay.
All right, here's number 1. Eliminate the corner 3. In other words, make
100%. I was complaining about this while you were gone.
Make the line run. So picture
So
an
it
arc,
runs
but
out
it
of
runs
bounds.
sideline to sideline.
Yeah.
In other words, so you can't go to the corner.
Yep.
All right. So it would, Greg, it would bring that
I see it.
56 number down. All right. So that's
Sure.
my first idea. My second idea. Get rid of illegal defense. They don't use it in the Olympics. It stops the game for no reason. I should be able to come up. I should be able to defend you with any way I come up with.
Sure.
All right.
So you can get into the paint, basically.
You can do anything you want.
Right.
And then here's the third one. It's a little more radical, but again, they do it in the Olympics and it works. All right. No offensive goaltending. All right. If the ball's above the cylinder, you can hit it. That's been going on for years. And Michael's for all three of these things, too. We think it would. I actually think that guy has a point, whoever that was that you were quoting.
His name was Particle Man at Jesse
Okay, so I've actually
Gladzaget.
got a better source. B.J. Armstrong said this. So
B.J. Armstrong's now an agent, by the way. Longtime player with the Chicago Bulls. He's an agent and would come on with us if we asked him.
Oh, yeah, he'd be interesting on this. He says, when I go to watch a game, there's no more creativity. There's no more imagination. We basically have robots running up and down the court. You run to the three-point line. And that's it. It's more fun for me to go watch a pickup game than to watch the NBA right now. No one plays the same exact way in a pickup game, but when you watch an NBA game, everybody is doing the same thing. And that's true.
And they're not running a lot of plays. They're just running high pick and roll. And then, I told you guys earlier that the biggest problem the Lakers have is that there's no one within 6 feet of these three-point shooters. If you took the corner three away and made the line like a half oval.
Yep.
And it would be easier to defend the three. And the other thing is players would be forced to back up, and we'd see
shoot longer threes.
We'd see guys like Steph and Clay consistently shooting 40-footers, which might be fun.
Yeah.
But I think what you bring up is not nonsense. I think that guy has a point, and I would tweak some stuff.
Yep. No, I love it.
What's up, Foo? I just got some word that my niece actually is going to be performing a halftime show in Memphis at the Grizzlies game.
You're
next
kidding me?
month.
Who's your niece?
Yeah, she's Aubrey. She's a part of like a youth cheer.
Oh,
so I
nice.
think it's
Am I going to be there? Is it a Laker game?
I'm not sure. I'll have to look at the date. It's January 25th. So they'll be
I'll look it up.
performing there.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
So she lives in Tennessee?
Cool.
Your
lives
niece?
in Tennessee. Yeah.
Okay.
So 12-year-old youth.
Good for her.
cheerleading, all that kind of stuff. Kind of got me to the question though of halftime performances. If there's one performance that you're going to get to watch. Who's it be? Red Panda? Is it the Dunking Grizzly?
Red, I know.
No.
I know Red Panda's got a little tread off the tire, but I still think she's the best.
No, it's Slottick. Do you guys know about
no,
Slottick?
What's Slottick?
I've never heard of that.
Slottick is a guy who piles chairs one on top of the other.
Ah, interesting.
And this is Bill McDonald's favorite halftime show. Slottick climbs on chairs and they just keep going higher and higher. Like 20 chairs up in the air.
Wow.
And his brother stands down on the bottom and hypes up the crowd, and his brother's nuts.
Oh, really?
Slottick is the guy you want at a halftime show. Either that or Scooby the dog.
What's Scooby the dog do?
This guy gets out and does handstands and footstands, and the dog runs all over the place and does tricks. But Slottick is the guy. Slottick has replaced he worked a Laker game last week, and Red Panda's retired.
Oh, did she?
Yeah,
she hung it up?
Yeah, she's not doing it anymore.
She put the bowls away?
And the Quick Change people, remember Quick Change?
I do remember Quick Change.
They
Are they
died
still doing it?
during COVID.
No way.
Yeah, there's somebody else that stole their act.
Both of the Quick Changers? Wow. Yeah. That's. See, I've not seen Slottick, so I cannot speak to that. I just know that Red Panda is my favorite.
I'm going to
show
you Slottick.
I'm looking on YouTube trying to find it, too.
No, I got him for you.
Okay.
All right? I'm trying to make it full screen, but here's Slottick.
Okay.
He's walking to the stage.
He's walking to the center sage. He stands on a
very
platform.
he's very theatrical.
Yep.
And he just starts piling up chairs.
Okay.
All right.
And how many chairs high?
Like 20.
Wow.
And he'll climb. So he's an acrobat.
Yeah.
And Billy watches specifically because he's afraid Slottick is going to fall.
Well, of course, that's the danger, right? That's you want that little edge of danger.
Yeah, I'll leave this rolling, and when he gets it towards the end, and it's really big,
dramatic. Show it to me.
What's up, Foo? All right, one of these national days today is National Stretching Day. It's very important to stretch. You got to do that.
I stretch way more than I should.
I stretch way less than I should.
Right. And in college up in Humboldt, there was a class that you could take, stretching and relaxation. It was a one-unit class, and kind of filler for those who needed a couple units filled.
Right.
Favorite class I've ever taken, but honestly the biggest joke of a class I've ever taken.
Yeah, because you're basically, it's like you're taking a nap.
Right, you're laying down, you're meditating and stretching. What is the biggest joke of a class that you've taken before? Is there anything that stands out?
Yes, absolutely.
I have two of them, but go ahead.
Okay, I will say it was bowling 2. Now, I did bowling 1. And I thought, I'm really good at bowling. I want to advance so I signed up for bowling 2. That was literally part of my curriculum.
Anybody who has ever graduated from UCLA took History of Jazz Part 1 and 2. You walk in, and the guy had walk-in music, so he'd have have like the Yellow Jackets playing. And then he would teach you the history of jazz. He'd teach you about Coltrane. He'd teach you about Miles Davis. He'd teach you about... Lawrence Tanner would have loved this class. And then at the end, the final, and everybody at UCLA knows it, is all about what the walk-in music was. Because he wants to see who's showing up late or who isn't. Which one of these songs from the Yellow Jackets was the walk-in music on March 5th? And so it's an easy class. Yep. You're learning about the history of jazz. A lot of kids take it pass-fail. And that's the
problem
one.
is you had to go to it, right?
Right.
Yeah, see, I like the classes where you didn't have to go.
Or you had to do what I did. You had to be in a fraternity and have somebody write down in the test file exactly what the walk-in music was. Yeah.
What's up, Foo?
One other national day here for you is National App Day. So got me thinking, is there one app that you can't live without that you use almost every single day? And then what is your most used app if it's not that one?
All right, so
is there a way to check, by the way?
Well, no, the way I would determine it is what are the apps on your front page. So here, my apps on my front page are Weather, ESPN, the Map app, so where I'm going someplace, Flashlight, USGA Golf, that's my golf handicap, the App Store, Google, DirecTV app, so I can watch TV, Lyft, Uber, ESPN LA, Sonos, Mail, Venmo, and Podcast. Those are on my front page. What are on your front page?
I've got Starbucks. I've got podcasts. I've got YouTube. I've got AMC Theaters. I've got ESPN LA. I've got Blue Sky. I've got Sleeper. Did I mention Sleeper?
So you and Brian are too. Oh, by the way, check Slottick out now. I put a 7-minute Slottick performance on for Mason.
Oh, man.
And he's up to about 13 chairs
That's
at
incredible.
this point. So, and he just keeps going. He goes all the way up to the sky.
Apparently, there is a way to check settings and screen time.
Oh,
it should tell you,
let's see. Settings.
How the app's used.
Settings and screen time. Oh, I'm actually curious to see what I use the most.
Yeah, this may be something we have to play with, but we will.
Yeah, we will.
You got to go in general and then screen time. Probably.
Yeah.
All right, we'll figure.
We'll work it out.
What's up, Foo?
I got another one here for you. So if you haven't seen, Jim Hardball gifted the whole Chargers team with a nice little gift. It's definitely up the Hardball, way he's got. So a tin lunch pail with the words on it: relentless, courageous, never careless. Steel. Like a construction worker steel lunch pail here.
Okay.
Question to you, is there a meaning to this to get back to work? And when is the last time you've actually ever used a lunch pail? Because I was trying to think about it, and for me, maybe middle school?
Elementary school, probably, yeah, for me. Yeah. And I used to like packing my lunch. I thought it was fun. But, yeah, the lunch pail has died.
It is. When I was a little kid, you always had to get a lunch pail. I had like a $6 million man lunch pail. That was a big deal in 1970, whatever it was. And I remember a Scooby-Doo lunch pail, all that stuff. So, the lunch pails are kind of over. I like the idea of, we're a lunch pail team. We're going to work with a lunch pail.
Mates, there's Slottick 20 chairs up.
Oh, man. He's up there.
Yeah. So he's basically up to about a 4th-storied building. Yeah. So if you ever get to see Slottick, you can...
That's impressive. Yeah.
All right, is that it? Okay.
Yeah. All right. I found my app. So Safari is my number one most used app.
Mine was not on. I turned it on, so I'll be able to tell you tomorrow. But I wasn't monitoring screen time.
Yeah, Starbucks, Sleeper... phone, obviously. Apple News, which I like a lot. The Mail app, the Calendar app. Yeah, just nothing. The Sleeper app. Those are the ones.
Sleeper.
Yeah, Sleeper. All right, coming up next for you. How do you feel about professional athletes who swear?
Okay.
We'll get to that coming up. And are Euros in the NBA still considered a little soft? One top coach is suggesting just that. We will do it coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Oh, time to talk about Beverly Hills Orthodontics. I love Monica Madden, who runs Beverly Hills Ortho. Monica is a top 1% Diamond Invisalign provider, and your smile would be in expert hands. If you look in the mirror and you don't like anything about your smile, you got something going on with your teeth, you got to call Monica. They have 4 convenient locations: Beverly Hills, Studio City, Alhambra, and downtown LA. And she's got an unmatchable team. Here's how you can check her out today. Go to BeverlyHillsOrtho.com or call 877-7-LET'S-DO-THIS. That works out to 877-753-8736. Right now, Monica has a special offer for ESPN LA listeners. She does this every day. For the first 5 people who register right now, you can either go to the website, BeverlyHillsOrtho.com, and enter the code SMILE, and you can get $1,000 off of Invisalign. I mean, this is why Monica Madden is fantastic. She's trying to save you money and get your smile right. If you don't have access to a computer or driving or something, call the office. 877-753-8736. The easy way to remember that is 877-7-LET'S-DO-THIS. Just tell them you want to use the code SMILE and you heard it on ESPN LA, and she'll get you $1,000 off. Beverly Hills Ortho, BeverlyHillsOrtho.com.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
Again, remember, super fancy restaurant. So I go in, and it's got one of those toilets, those fancy toilets, because it's a fancy place, where it opens up the lid for you.
Oh, wow.
Right? Well, here's the point of all of this. The name of the story is the hot toilet seat. I sit down right on it. I don't put toilet paper down. I don't put down. And when I sat down, gosh, this thing feels good. It's kind of warm. Wow, they've got like a heated toilet seat. The longer you sit on it,
you're sweating.
The hotter it gets. Today, I'll pull my pants down right now and show you guys. I have 4th-degree burns on both hamstrings and it's like a full-on red thing.
Now, if I stand behind you, so the camera doesn't, will you show me?
Here, switch.
It was just show me.
Then it got a little hotter.
Show me.
Then
Don't turn towards the camera.
Then it got a little.
Let me just see a little bit.
Can you take a look? Can you see this?
Oh, that is
Can
red.
Can you see that?
Oh, that's red. The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap
on 710 ESPN.
Take a sip of sunshine this season with Milagro Tequila. What's up, guys? It's D-Far. Milagro Tequila is made from 100% blue agave, crafted for bright flavor and exceptional smoothness. Enjoy the freshest margaritas with Milagro Silver, mix up some palomas with Reposado, or simply sip Milagro Añejo on the rocks. Milagro at your favorite retailer, in stores, and online. Welcome to the brighter side of tequila. Milagro Tequila. Must be 21 and over. Please enjoy responsibly.
After a massive win over the Buffalo Bills, your Los Angeles Rams return home with a playoff berth within reach. Rep the Royal in Seoul and pack SoFi Stadium as Matthew Stafford and the Rams seek revenge against Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. The stage is set for a race to the playoffs. Grab your tickets today at therams.com/AZ. Again, that is therams.com/AZ to watch your Rams battle the Cardinals on Saturday, December 28th or Sunday, December 29th at SoFi Stadium. See you at the Rams house.
Progressive presents Renter's MVP's Most Valuable Possessions. Today's MVP, Joe Fallon's bedroom mini fridge. Sure, this pint-sized chiller's max capacity is 3 soda cans, but what it lacks in stature, it makes up in cooling strength. Each beverage a perfect 37 degrees every time. And the 2 feet Joe walks to get a drink, priceless. That's why his mini fridge is today's MVP. Keep your most valuable possessions protected by bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Hey folks, when it comes to Christmas trees, don't get played by foreign plastic. Just like you wouldn't replace a prize QB with a mannequin. Don't replace American farm fresh trees with fake foreign plastic. These farm families are the MVPs of Christmas, growing champions right here on American soil. They're not sitting on the bench. They're out there every day growing real Christmas traditions. Make the winning choice, farm fresh Christmas trees, not foreign plastic that pollutes. Visit GetRealKeepItReal.com to find your local farm MVP.
Happy holidays from Mir Audio Video in Westwood with an exclusive deal for ESPN LA listeners. Introducing the stunning 98-inch LG QNED. This TV is next level for a limited time only. Our friends at Mir will be offering this once-in-a-lifetime TV for the lowest price on the planet. You can make it yours for just $4,100, including delivery. Hurry, because supply is limited. 310-234-4010. That's 310-234-4010. Thank you, Mir Audio Video.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good karma brands radio station.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles, and we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
So we have a friend named Jesse Hyman who's always on Twitter.
Great
with us.
listener.
Comes
to the Mandy's. Yeah, good
Great
dude.
guy overall.
So every day, seems like, he sends us a different trade out of the NBA trade machine.
Oh, good. Has he got a good one today?
I think this is an excellent trade.
This is the best trade
For
I've
one of
seen
us.
for a while.
So D'Angelo Russell and Cam Reddish.
Okay. Who are we getting?
Paolo Banchero and Jet Howard. Now, I think this is a great deal for the Lakers.
Works perfectly.
It's hard for me to see how Orlando comes away better on this deal.
Look, it's in the trade machine. It's a success.
It does work.
It works.
Works in the trade machine. It just doesn't work
Maybe we
for the
can
Magic.
Maybe we can get Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Jalen Williams.
Why not?
They totally work out,
Maybe
too.
that'll be tomorrow's trade of the day. All right, so Ireland, you sent a story today. Anthony Edwards was fined, I think it was $25,000 for using profanity during his media availability up on the podium after a game.
By the way, Mace, this was a game they won.
Yeah.
So he wasn't like cussing somebody out. He just used profanity.
So this happened to you.
With Shaq.
Anthony Edwards was... Now, I always see the podium post-game interviews for the Lakers because I watch Spectrum Sports now.
Right.
He sweared apparently during that. He used foul language during his
Which is
availability.
different than what happened with me. What happened with me was live.
Yeah. Well, this is live, too. He's at the podium.
Right. But I don't think players...
Spectrum carries all the podium conversations live.
But Spectrum's on cable. And I don't know if Anthony Edwards said this maybe live on something that wasn't cable, but I know that the Minnesota Timberwolves games are on cable, and if it was on TNT, it would be the same thing.
So you're okay,
Mace,
like if it's on cable?
No, I don't think players should be fined for swearing in any sport. I think swearing is
even in public availabilities.
Correct.
I agree. I want to hear an MF from every single player.
It's part of I think it's the way people talk.
Right. And I don't get why.
And by the way, like Michael, for example, never swears.
Yeah.
But he's not offended by swearing.
No, I'm not offended by. I'm not offended. You know what does offend me? Taking the Lord's name in vain. I never do that.
Yeah.
Like I never use GD.
But I wouldn't find people for that.
Yeah.
I'm with
think
you.
more
I always
swearing.
feel guilty if I get really mad and say something like that.
Yeah.
But swearing is part of American life.
So you're okay. Like let's just say that JJ goes to the podium and says this team is effing this and effing that and effing the other.
We F that up.
And it all airs live on Spectrum.
Yeah.
Now, you think that's okay. Would Spectrum bleep that if JJ started swearing or LeBron started swearing or AD started
that's a great
swearing?
Question. I'll tell you an interesting story.
Yeah.
So the Toronto thing with me and Shaq was on Super Bowl Sunday in 2004.
On a over-the-air channel.
KCAL. Which was owned by CBS.
Yep.
Shaq got suspended for the next game over it, and it cost him like $250,000.
Right.
And the station, my boss told me, he goes, "We're going to find $1 million for that." And I said, "Well, how could I have handled it differently?" He goes, "You couldn't, but we're going to put in a delay system."
Yeah.
So that was the impetus for putting a delay system in, and I think most televisions, we have one. We have one here.
We have a 7-second
If a caller
delay.
calls up and swears, I think it's on us. I don't think it's
So-
on. If an athlete swears in my post-game interview that Michael and I do with a player on the court,
right?
Then,
well, that's radio. Who the F cares?
But also, Wilbert,
it's at night. It's probably out of the safe harbor zone or whatever they call
Will
that.
Flores, who runs the board during Laker games, would just dump it.
Right.
And then
now, do you think Spectrum would dump it, or would they allow?
I don't know. I don't even know if they have a delay.
I wonder if the Minnesota cable network had.
I'll find
a delay.
out. I'm going there tomorrow.
I'll
find out.
Find out the details of that story.
But
Because that's interesting.
do you think Anthony Edwards should have been fined for
Depends
that?
on if it was on live TV, even cable.
Yeah.
You can't do it on live TV. I don't care if you do it in your media scrum or whatever that
Right.
is, and you throw it. And also, I don't know exactly what was said. All it says is vulgar language. Now, I don't know what that means.
I'm a free speech absolutist. I think that you should be able to. I mean, I understand that there are situations where you can't yell fire in a crowded theater.
Yeah.
All right. But somebody just swearing that's frustrated after a sporting event.
And on TV, it's okay.
With me, it is.
Yeah.
I don't care.
See, I don't care at all. But I would
if
imagine.
you don't think kids hear this stuff, you're crazy. They hear it all the time.
Yeah. I would love to know exactly what he said, which I tried to find today, and I cannot find.
All right. So here's something I want to ask you guys about.
Yeah.
European players, for whatever reason, have a reputation of not being as tough as American-born players.
Yeah.
You know, this was the whole thing with Kobe and
A
Pau
little more
Gasol.
of a finesse game.
We need him to be more black swan and less white swan,
Yes.
and all this other stuff. I'm going to play a clip for you from Ime Udoka, who is the head coach of the Rockets. He was talking about his center, Alpi Şengün, who is a really good player. And I want you to tell me if what Udoka says, again, I'm a free speech absolutist. I think he should be able to say whatever he wants. But is this not kind of a ridiculous bias? Here is Ime Udoka, the coach of the Rockets, talking about Alpi Şengün.
Some nights it's going to be a scoring thing. Some nights it's going to be facilitating, and he has to be able to do both. But my biggest thing with him is, I say to him, get the European out of your game and play through stuff. Stop crying.
Get the European out of your game. Yeah. Stop crying. Play through stuff. As if to say all Euros whine and cry and complain. How does Udoka come off there?
A little outdated. I mean, some of the best players in the league are Euros right now, and I thought this label had gone away. Now, Alpi Şengün, I will use in my sleeper parlay tonight for a double-double.
Oh, it's great.
He's a terrific player. So I don't know exactly what the whining or the crying is about. What is he specifically referring to?
I think he's inferring that European players, I mean, like Luka does complain on every call.
No, I mean, virtually every NBA player complains
Jokic
on every
complains
call.
a little bit, but he gets fouled on every play.
Sure he does.
Because nobody can be so good, nobody can guard him.
Yep.
But I think just a blanket, it's kind of like saying, all British people have bad teeth. Some British people have bad teeth.
Many. Lots of.
I mean, most of them.
No,
No,
it's unacceptable.
There's no priority for dental work in the UK.
It seems to me that if you make a blanket statement like that, you're going to tick off your European players. Now,
Right.
I need to do.
But you're a free speech absolutist.
I am, and I need to do a little research on Udoka. Where's he from? I think he's American born.
He was born in Portland, but his family is Nigerian.
Okay, so is
Looking that up too.
Yeah, is he suggesting that is Giannis a complainer? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, he must be looking at something specifically in Şengün's game.
Get
and
the
saying,
European out of your game. Stop whining and complaining about stuff. I'm surprised that didn't get a bigger reaction from people.
Yeah, it's interesting. All right, coming up next for you. John, should a cop be able to do OnlyFans? Got an example of that coming up next. And it's that thing that Caleb Williams has in common with one of the best players out there as potentially Rookie of the Year in the NBA. We'll do that coming up next. Hey, in the meantime, if you are a motorcyclist and you love the freedom of beating the traffic and splitting the lanes and making the rest of us all jealous that you'll be home faster than we will, there is, of course, a huge risk when you're riding a motorcycle. All it takes is for one person to be distracted and not see you. Obviously, motorcycle accidents usually more serious than regular auto accidents. You got to call my friend Jacob immediately after a motorcycle accident. He's been doing this for 25 years, helping motorcyclists. He knows your rights. He can get you the medical care you need without waiting. So if you or a friend or a loved one have been injured in a motorcycle accident, call Jacob. Let him get you back on your bike and once again be king of the road. Call Jacob. He's the real deal. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember...
Accident. For injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
CallJacob.com. Don't forget, Jacob is a proud partner of the Rams, the Lakers, and LAFC. You can follow him on Instagram at call.jacob for great advice and prizes and more. And when you call him, make sure you tell him Mason and Shadano from 710 ESPN sent you. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
Score a win with Amazon Pickup, the MVP of package pickup options. Amazon Pickup is a convenient and secure way to collect your Amazon packages from locations that are near you. This season, keep your holiday gifts a surprise when you choose to pick up from Amazon Locker or Counter. Whether you're hustling between home, work, or your usual game day spots, grab your packages on your schedule. Amazon Pickup is the worry-free option for the times when home delivery isn't ideal. To find your nearest Amazon Pickup location, go to amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
Hey, John Ireland here. If you're looking to sell your home, call Seller's Advantage. They'll make you a cash offer, no need for repairs. They buy as is. With Seller's Advantage, there are no agents. They can close in days, and they buy with cash. They'll even offer a $10,000 advance to help with moving and other expenses. Check out their reviews online and call for a no-obligation offer at 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747, and visit sellersadvantage.com.
Hey, it's Travis here to tell you again about Prize Picks, right? Prize Picks is so much fun. It takes what we already love, games, sports, right, and makes them even better because Prize Picks is the place to get real money sports action. So why not join over 10 million users and sign up today? Prize Picks always puts its members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money in as quick as 15 minutes. So make your holidays bigger and brighter. You can win up to 200 times your money on Prize Picks. Join now because this holiday season, Prize Picks is giving away 2 free picks in December, and they're giving away $30+ million in rewards during Pickmas. So download the app today, use the code 710, and you're going to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's $50 instantly after you place your first $5 lineup with the promo code 710 with Prize Picks. Run your game.
Hey Rams fans, we've teamed up with Bloom Ranch to ensure we have the healthiest fans in the league. That's why we're committed to delivering some of the freshest fruits and veggies to your door. And here's the best part. The first 100 boxes are on us. That's right. We're giving away the first 100 boxes. After that, enjoy 30% off on your first box upon signing up at www.bloomranchofacton.com and enter promo code ThankYouRams. There are no fans like Rams fans. Winning and getting healthier together is the real flex. So hurry, this offer won't last forever. Follow Bloom Ranch on IG and share how you're getting healthier using hashtag BloomRamFit.
Bud Light was brewed to be a delicious and easy-to-drink beer. Even when the little things in life are hard. Like when the game is going into overtime, but you have even more time to enjoy it and a fresh Bud Light. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up a Bud Light at your local retailer today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason in Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
So, Ireland.
Yes, sir.
One of the great cast members in the history of Saturday Night Live, Bill Murray. Did an interview, I think actually this was with Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce and their podcast, the New Heights podcast.
Yeah.
He was asked, who's the greatest host you've ever seen in your days? You'd never get it in a million years. He says, there is only one host, and he stands above all others. Ray Charles. He says that Ray Charles knew all his lines cold. Ray Charles came in and played solo. He played with the Rockettes. He played with his scepter, and he played with the Saturday Night Live Orchestra, and he may have had the quintet as well, and he killed and murdered every single of his performances and scenes.
I never would have guessed that, and I don't think I've seen that episode.
Yeah,
I'll go back and watch it.
Yeah, there's a link to the episode. which is really cool. Also, he sort of defended Saturday Night Live. Some people think Saturday Night Live is over and it's not happening anymore. This cast is not good, all that stuff.
I'm the opposite.
I actually think this cast is it's not the greatest cast in the history of Saturday Night Live, but it's pretty good.
I've seen almost every episode of Saturday Night Live.
I don't think I've ever missed one since I was a little kid.
Yeah, which makes it weird that I don't know this Ray Charles episode he's talking about. But I've mentioned this before that you and I, basically, this was a connection you had, and you gave it to me.
Yeah.
Jeff Blake, your buddy who ran Sony distribution for all those years, his son Jeffrey is a talent executive at SNL.
Yes.
And he's been great to us over the years. And so we love to talk to Jeffrey because we can pick his brain, and he tells us all this behind-the-scenes stuff.
Yeah,
and it's really cool. And he told me once that the best hosts are oftentimes musicians who can host and perform.
Oh, yeah.
Like he says, the energy around the show picks up all the time when Timberlake hosts.
Right. I was there for Halsey. She was the musical guest and the host and was fantastic.
Right. They say Miley Cyrus is really good that way.
Yeah.
But they say that guys like Miley, or she's a woman, but guys like Timberlake, you can plug them into any sketch and they'll kill it. And so I watch SNL every week. I would say that if you get two really funny sketches, and I always love Weekend Update. They always nail Weekend Update.
Yeah.
You get two really funny sketches a week, that's a win.
Yeah, I agree. Nothing good happens after Weekend Update. That's what I always say. I watch it, but nothing good ever happens after it. The sketches aren't good. I know that I have a minority view on this, but I think the current Update team of Colin Jost and Michael Che is the best. It's my favorite Weekend Update of all time in the history of the show. Those two.
I love Seth Meyers and Amy Poehler, but these guys are right there.
They are so fun. And Che just cracks me up.
And if you have a dark sense of humor, you can't beat Norm Macdonald. The late Norm Macdonald,
Norm Macdonald
would
was
just
hilarious.
say stuff that you can't believe he just said it.
Yeah. Okay, so I wanted to get to this this thing that we teased. What did I tease? Oh, yeah. So there is a story that you sent along about a sheriff's deputy,
right,
who was doing OnlyFans, and she was fired from her job.
They forced her to resign.
Yeah.
And the question I asked you was, should they have? So I understand when they find out a school teacher.
Yes.
Is it? And I don't think she was doing OnlyFans. I think she was actually participating in adult
Oh, is that
films.
right? Okay.
Yeah, but the concept is the same.
Yeah.
Her name is Shannon Laughlin. She's 44. She's a mom.
Yep.
And she was working in Arizona, or was it in Arizona or Colorado? Where is Arapahoe County? Might be in Colorado.
County,
But anyway, she was took up a second job because her family was in debt.
Yep.
Her second job was working in the adult film industry. She says she's resigning rather than go through an investigation about her other job. And my question is this. Brian, I'll throw this at you. I can see a school teacher that's doing porn being a conflict of interest for the school board and for the parents. But why can't a cop do porn on the side? What's wrong with that?
Yeah. What's wrong with a cop doing porn on the side?
What am I missing?
I don't know. I agree with you. I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with it. But
Greg, should the cop be fired for doing porn on the side?
No. I mean, people need to make money. However they want to make the money, it's how they make them.
Do you
I
know
don't
what
think it's an issue.
You know what she goes by? In the
She has a porn name?
world? Yeah. Filthy MILF.
Not ideal.
So, but resigning, I mean, she's probably making more money doing that.
You know what I call that?
What?
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck. Exactly.
I got a ticket, but I got it from the Filthy MILF.
Well, let's think about this. Position of authority, right? Porn on
Where
the
did
side.
I see you before? I feel like I've seen you somewhere.
I know you. I know you. You are.
Does
Are
it
you Filthy MILF?
Does it interfere with her job duties?
Well, okay. Here's the question: do you have respect for people who do porn?
I do, but I'm probably in the minority.
No, I'm okay with sex workers. That's what they do, and that's a job and all that stuff.
That's fine. It's just if they pull you over, are you going to just make jokes at their expense
But
while you're pulling them into?
I mean, if you
jail?
want to get a bigger ticket, maybe
Yeah.
I don't see the. I think they're shaming her for no reason, unless I'm missing something. What am I missing?
Melissa Williams, 46 years old, filthy MILF.
This woman's name is Shannon
Oh,
Laughlin.
I'm sorry. You remember gender? Oh, no. Filthy MILF is a woman named Melissa Williams. This is Lieutenant Bella Lexi, right?
No,
Filthy
Shannon
MILF.
something. Shannon something. He keeps saying it.
You know, this story has so many different women doing porn. There's Filthy MILF, there's Melissa, there's Shannon. Shannon is the one that had to retire or resign from the sheriff's department.
Is she clean MILF?
Maybe she's nice MILF. I personally don't have a problem with people who work in sex worker business. I think it's a way to get by. She was, by the way, just to put a point to this, she was in trouble financially. Her house got hit by a storm, and it cost a lot of money to rebuild, and so she started doing porn on the side because the sheriff's deputy salary was not enough. Now, I say that's resourceful. You do what you can for your family and to rebuild your house and all that stuff, and if that means, giving it a roll once in a while, just give it a roll.
It's not every once in a while. Apparently, she was retiring.
No, she's a regular.
She's now.
She's a regular.
It's not every once in a while. It's just
people
her job.
make so. I'm
Which
sure
is
she
fine.
makes more money doing porn than she does
By
pulling people
far,
over.
By far, they're going to make way more money.
Yeah, I don't think we should shame people in the sex business.
Yeah, and I don't get this one.
Yeah.
I just don't. I think they should cut her some slack, but apparently now it's too late.
Okay. One other thing I wanted to get to in this segment is Caleb Williams, of course, famous for painting his fingernails.
Yeah.
And now the potential and likely, I think at this point, Rookie of the Year for the Philadelphia 76ers doing the same. And there's conversation about it. Like, should you...
Jared McCain is who you're talking about.
How do you feel about guys who paint their fingernails? Carmelo Anthony has come out and defended him and said, look, this is a different generation. We shouldn't hold everybody by olden day standards. This is the way younger people operate today, and why pass judgment?
What difference does it make if somebody paints their fingernails?
Okay, so can I be honest here? Just for a second. You have every right to paint your fingernails, whoever you are. Man, woman, child, whatever. It creeps me out when a guy has his fingernails painted.
Well, see, then...
That's just a personal bias of mine.
Right, but then Jared McCain's got you right where he wants him. So let's say you're guarding Jared McCain, and you look down, he's dribbling the ball, you look down, he's got his fingernails all crazy painted. You're thinking about his fingernails rather whether or not he's going right or left.
Right, you're right. So the fingernails are a distraction tool.
I'm a big UBU guy.
Oh, me too. But doesn't
if
it...
you want to paint your fingernails, go right ahead.
But if your
More power
neighbor,
to you.
neighbor all of a sudden painted their fingernails, would you not...
I don't know, should we call Bruce Feldman and see if he wants to start painting his fingernails?
Would it not be weird if Bruce Feldman started painting his fingernails?
No, I think it'd make him more popular.
I dated one guy who painted his fingernails. Didn't last long. But
you think that's the reason?
Yes. It creeped me out every single time. All right, coming up next for you, I mentioned this earlier. The USC Trojans have a first-team All-American, and Mark Gastineau. We'll get to that story, touch on that coming up next, too. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, time to talk trash. Food waste, that is. Toss your food scraps in the regular trash bin. It sends them to landfills. They release harmful gases like methane. Stop doing that. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, easy, and helps protect the planet. If you're ready to do your part, visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message is funded by Cal Recycle.
The most followed sports radio station in America.
710 ESPN.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Hey Rams fans, we've teamed up with Bloom Ranch to ensure we have the healthiest fans in the league. That's why we're committed to delivering some of the freshest fruits and veggies to your door. And here's the best part. The first 100 boxes are on us. That's right. We're giving away the first 100 boxes. After that, enjoy 30% off on your first box upon signing up at www.bloomranchofacton.com and enter promo code ThankYouRams. There are no fans like Rams fans. Winning and getting healthier together is the real flex. So hurry, this offer won't last forever. Follow Bloom Ranch on IG and share how you're getting healthier using hashtag BloomRamFit.
Have you heard or seen ads for settling your credit card debt over a period of 3 or 4 years? What they don't tell you is that they will implode your credit rating by entering a debt relief program. At Cash Call, we have a different way of helping you out from under crushing credit card debt. If you own your own home, Cash Call could make you a loan to pay off that debt, which should help your credit rating and get your monthly payments down. We've helped folks pay off $80,000 in credit card debt in one shot. Even if you've had credit derogs, such as recent mortgage lates, we may still be able to approve you so you can improve your credit score instead of trashing it. So if you're a homeowner and want to turn your credit profile around and cut your monthly interest expense, go to cashcall.com or call 833-875-CASH. Our loan technicians are ready to help you right now. Minimum loan amount of $6,000, subject to credit approval. Not all applicants will qualify. Loans made pursuant to the California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation. Call 833-875-CASH or go to cashcall.com.
Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and there's extensive water damage. This is when it can feel as though your relationship with your insurance has become an abusive one. They don't agree that you need a replacement living arrangement, despite it being glaringly obvious. Then, the insurance adjuster leaves you hanging. You feel abandoned with a home that is no longer livable, and you now have no other choice than to use the insurance contractor to make repairs, which includes their brazen attempt at lowballing the estimate. Okay, so here's what you do. You take a deep breath, then you call Avner Gatt. They're one of California's largest public adjusting firms, and trust me, size does matter in this case because Avner Gatt has experienced it all. Insurance companies can make you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope in getting your home back together. Avner Gatt knows exactly how to handle these situations. Not only do they have extensive knowledge on how to handle your dilemma, but they remain passionate about helping people. It's why Avner and his family continue to take the calls themselves at Avner Gatt Inc. They cover all of Southern California, and if I haven't convinced you with all of these truth bombs thus far, just check out what seems to be a never-ending stream of 5-star reviews on Yelp, Google, and the Better Business Bureau. So, whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256. That's 818-917-5256. And you can go online to avnergatt.com.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Adam Schefter here with Vivid Seats. We've got some late-breaking news coming out of the stands. According to multiple sources, Vivid Seats fans are scoring rewards on every purchase and at a rapid pace. Obviously, these rewards are a game-changer, and coupled with their MVP-worthy ticket selection, why get tickets anywhere else? Don't drop the ball this season. Shop with Vivid Seats and earn rewards on every ticket. And as the official ticketing partner of ESPN, Vivid Seats is offering you $20 off your first $200 ticket purchase with code Schefter. That's code Schefter.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. And we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
So the USC Trojans...
As promised, Christmas music.
Yeah, the USC Trojans had a miserable season. They're going to the whatever bowl to play whoever.
Las Vegas, Texas A&M.
I know.
Just saying. Because it makes me laugh.
USC has got a first-team All-American, John.
I can't imagine who this would be.
It is, and he had a great season.
Woody Marks?
No, Eddie Zablicki.
Oh, of course.
They have the punter. Best punter in the country. He ranked first in the nation in net punting, and 24 of his punts were inside the 20, 10 inside the 10, 4 inside the 5. Had only recorded 1 touchback all season long, averaged over 50 yards in 4 games this year. So congratulations to Eddie Zablicki. You know, by the way, when your punter is really good, your team is probably not. He was very busy all year long. All right, so I wanted to get to this one last thing, which is the Mark Gastineau story that has been bubbling around. Mark Gastineau approached Brett Favre at a card show, and Gastineau was very, very upset. Listen to what that sounded like.
You tell me met a long time ago. At least I saw you.
Right.
How you doing?
When you fell down for him. I'm going to get my sack back. I'm going to get my sack back, dude.
You probably would hurt me.
Well, I don't care. You hurt me. You hurt me. You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
You really hurt me. You hurt me, Brett.
We got to get back to this, Brett. I'm sorry.
The PR guy.
Anybody will tell you Brett Favre took a dive. And you know it. She knows it, he knows it, and everybody knows.
Okay, so let's go back and review the history. So 2002, Mark Gastineau had 22 sacks, and that was the all-time record until Michael Strahan, who had 21 and a half in a game against Brett Favre. Favre just kind of ducked and rolled, and Strahan got his 21st sack. So he took the all-time record away from Mark Gastineau. It was ultimately beaten by T.J. Watt in 2021. But it's amazing to me that here all these years later, 22 years later, Gastineau is hitting up Favre and saying, you hurt me, you really, really hurt me.
What I don't get about this is now that T.J. Watt has the record, you're complaining about you should have had the record longer?
Well, he would have had the record for 22 years before T.J. Watt came along and beat it.
And I guess that cost him some money?
He says it cost him money. He says it cost him the Hall of Fame. Brett Favre has come out and apologized and pointed out that it was the end of the game. He went for a naked bootleg. Michael Strahan was there. He thought that there's no spirit in this game. It's all over, and he just took a dive. He did take a dive, and that's why Strahan. But for this to be stuck,
I think it's a bad look for Gastineau.
Oh, of course it is. I mean,
what about me? What about my record?
At some point, let this go, man.
I mean, we used to have Deacon Jones on the show, the late, great Deacon Jones, and they didn't keep track of all the sacks. I think Deacon Jones would have like 200 sacks. He'd be ahead of all these guys.
Probably would be.
So Brett Favre says that I see now, he had a whole thread on Twitter.
Yeah,
about
the
this.
long
It's a
thread.
long one. And part of it, he says, I see now that being the sack king would elevate his value at card shows, strengthen his case for the Hall of Fame, increase his demand as a public speaker. He had no way of knowing that then. I realize now the potential financial implications because football is far more brutal.
So is some of that true? Probably.
He took
right?
away, so he lost a lot of money of that.
Did he lose a lot of money by
that card show
getting that
maybe a little.
Maybe a little.
Yeah, you know?
I just think this is so weird and out of the blue, isn't it? Like, why did Mark Gastineau show up at this card show?
Well, he probably goes to card shows all the time. He has to
so
make
he was
money.
at the same card show.
Yeah.
Not getting as much because he wasn't the sack king
for a
21
documentary.
years.
That whole thing
is it for a documentary?
I think it's all for a documentary.
That would make more sense if they had this confrontation on tape and they were using it in a documentary.
And, isn't Brett Favre involved with a big welfare scandal down in the state of Mississippi, too?
Is,
I mean, this whole thing smells fishy to me.
Yeah. It's a weird story, but I thought we should do it anyway.
Well, I think most sports radio stations are probably doing it.
Have touched this, yeah. One last thing, John, the Phoenix Open has always been a whole bunch of fun.
Okay, this I'm glad you brought this up. This story drives me crazy. All right, so there is one golf tournament, where they kind of ignore golf etiquette and let the fans go crazy.
It's called the Fun Tournament.
Right, and they have a par 3, it's the 16th hole, where if somebody hits a good shot right next to the pin, the crowd goes crazy. They throw beer cans on the green. Everybody goes crazy. The players love it. They eat it up. And because the PGA Tour has to have the word stuffy in every description,
of course it does.
They've come out and said, from now on at the Phoenix Open, zero tolerance policy. No throwing beer cans, no being loud. Nobody. This is why Live Golf was allowed to be born.
Right.
Because it's, you know what it is? It's the Boston Tea Party. The golfers all said, screw it. You don't pay us any money. You're all stuffed shirts. We're starting our own league.
They are stuffy as hell in the golf world. It's already, this is like the one tournament where people could let loose.
Right. And
there
the
are
only
all kinds of scenes, if you go to YouTube and look at, people are wild.
It's
They're
great.
doing the wave. They're drinking beer. They're loud. They're cheering. They're booing. All that kind of stuff. And they've killed all the fun.
Yeah, and it doesn't make any sense to me. Can I throw one more thing in
Yeah,
here? 'Cause
sure.
I wanted
Let's
to
do
get
one
this
last.
before the.
Yeah.
All right. So,
by the way, this is the fourth one last thing.
Yeah, we've had a bunch.
Yes.
Greg, it's your game today?
My game.
Okay.
I forgot to do it, but, you know.
Oh, well, that's par for the course.
No, I did it.
All right. Did you guys see that Russell Wilson came out and said Mike Tomlin is the best coach in all of sports?
Mm-hmm.
So I started thinking about that. He might be right. Like, the names that popped into my head were Steve Kerr, Sean McVay, Nick Saban, Belichick. By the way, Belichick's going to take this North Carolina job
by the
now.
way, Belichick, Adam Schefter.
That just broke. Greg said in our ears 5 minutes ago.
Adam Schefter says details are being finalized for Bill Belichick to go to North Carolina.
First name that pops into your head, the greatest coach today, working today in all of sports is who?
McVay.
Brian?
Dave Roberts.
Greg?
I would say Popovich, but he's not coaching right now, right?
Sure, well, he is.
But he
Popovich.
is.
Popovich.
His team. Yeah.
I think it might be Tomlin. I would take McVay over Tomlin because McVay's younger, but Tomlin hasn't had a losing season in 17 years.
He also hasn't won the Super Bowl in a long time.
Won.
Maybe this is the year.
He won that one with Jerome Bettis.
Right, but that's like 20 years ago, right?
Yeah, but I mean, this year nobody picked them to do anything. And when he said he was going to start Russell Wilson, everybody said, you're out of your mind.
I said he was crazy.
And so I thought it was interesting. He's certainly in the conversation.
He's absolutely
isn't
in the
he?
conversation. Yeah, he's got great longevity. As you pointed out, has never been 500 during the course of a season, has taken teams to the playoffs, over and over again. It's been a long time since he won a Super Bowl. That's the one catch, I think. Because has it been 20 years? I think it's probably been 20 years.
And by the way, Greg, I'm biased for obvious reasons, but Phil Jackson runs circles around Greg Popovich.
Well, sure, but he's not coaching.
Not an active coach.
Yeah. But so
he's the best coach ever.
I'm sensitive about that. People trying to tell me Popovich is equal to Phil Jackson. Give me a break. Look at that. Look at how they were head to head. Every time they met in the playoffs, Phil I think went 5-1 against him. I mean, come on.
Yeah. I'm with you. All right, coming up next for you, gonna do some game of games. It is Bergman's game today. In the meantime, Brian, you got anything rolling on Sleeper tonight?
Yeah, a little two-leg parlay. Karl Anthony Towns been on fire from 3 points, so I'm gonna go a little Cat and then Steph over 4.5 threes, or more than 4.5 threes.
Okay, I am Draymond Green over 20 more than 20.5 for points, rebounds, plus assists. Jalen Brunson. More than 2.5 threes. Jonathan Kuminga, who's maybe a future Laker. More than
He's not a future Laker.
Could be. More than 17.5 points. And Steph Curry, more than 24.5 points. There's NBA Cup games going on tonight. Here's the thing. You want to have more fun watching the NBA, you got to try playing Sleeper Picks. I'm doing it. Brian's doing it. Everybody's doing it. Download the Sleeper app today. Pick more or less on at least 2 players' projected stats, points, rebounds, assists, more. If you're right, you win up to 100 times your cash. And for a limited time, Sleeper's got a special offer. New users play $5, you get $55 in free entries. Just download the Sleeper app today. Use code 710. Get $55 in free entries when you play $5. That's code 710. Download the Sleeper app today. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
Weekdays after Mason and Ireland.
I'll give Mason credit. He used to fight tooth and nail. Oh, there's more Rams fans than any other fan base in there. He's realized our eyes aren't lying to us.
Again, please.
Oh, there's more Rams fans in there than anybody else. You sound like Animal from the Muppets.
Yeah, so I was going to say you sound like a Muppet character.
Sedano and Cap is next at 3 p.m.
on 710 ESPN.
Hey, John Ireland here. If you want to sell your home, call Seller's Advantage. Everyone has different reasons for selling. Some people want to downsize and move. Some have inherited a property they want to get rid of, or maybe it's just time for a change. Whatever your reason for selling, Seller's Advantage has a custom solution for your needs. They'll make a competitive cash offer with no repairs needed, as they can close in days, no complicated closing process or contracts falling through. Seller's Advantage has been making sellers happy for decades, and they have the reviews to prove it. Call them today and get a no-obligation offer at 888-390-AS-IS. 888 888-390 as is. That's 888-390-2747 or go to sellersadvantage.com.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Leaving for the gym so early?
I'm ready to go.
Since you started taking Nugenix Total T, you've been acting like when we met in our 20s.
I feel like myself again. Lower testosterone after turning 40 slowed me down. Nugenix Total T has been a game changer for me.
What is it about Nugenix Total T that's different?
It's a key ingredient called Tesnor. It boosts free and total testosterone to help you get back the drive and energy from your youth. Total T is backed by 5 clinical studies.
I've seen the huge difference it's made for you in the gym, at work, and in the bedroom.
I'm so glad I sent them a text for my complimentary bottle. Text LION to 321321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Nugenix is the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and we'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever. Absolutely free. Text LION to 321321. That's LION to 321321. 710 ESPN. And it is time for Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland. Game of Games. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, here we go. It is Game of Games time, and look who it is. It is Cappy to play Game of Games. How you been, man?
Hello, gentlemen.
Excellent to see you. Good afternoon is right. It's Greg Bergman's game today. Bergman, what do you got going?
All right, so you were talking about Brett Favre and Mark Gastineau, and that actually got me thinking about records in sports and who has more. So very, very easy. Who has more of these different records in different sports? Okay. These are either #1 versus #2 or #2 versus #3, respectively, okay? In these categories.
Got it. That one is confusing. But
no,
go ahead.
They're either first or second.
Okay, got it. Got it.
So kickers play in more games than anyone else in the NFL. Who has more games played? Adam Vinatieri or Morton Anderson, Mace?
Morton Anderson.
Ireland.
Adam Vinatieri.
Cap.
Morton Anderson.
Brian.
Vinatieri.
It is Morton Anderson. Morton Anderson has 382. Adam Vinatieri, 365. Cap, you better have gotten that one.
Yeah, I did.
You threw a bone to Cappy.
But I will tell you, Vinatieri played in so many playoff games that maybe it was
skewed.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's regular season games.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't say that.
I didn't, but yeah, that's all right. #2, Brett Favre. Brett Favre has the most career interceptions with 336. Who has the second most? Is it George Blanda or John Hadle? Ireland.
Hadle.
Cap.
Blanda.
Brian.
Blanda.
Mace.
Blanda.
Blanda is the right answer, and
I'm 0 for
Ireland is
2.
0 for 2.
Wow, this is so un-Ireland.
We could get it. We could get it. I could have that thing named after me.
The Ireland.
Oh, I may go
Ireland.
I may go for it now.
Do it.
Let's see.
Do it.
#3. Emmitt Smith has the most career rushing attempts with 4,409. Who's next on that list? Is it Frank Gore or Walter Payton? Cap.
Frank Gore.
Brian.
Frank Gore.
Mace.
Frank Gore.
And Ireland.
I think it is Frank Gore, so I will say Walter Payton.
And you lose the Ireland. It is Walter Payton.
Oh, man.
No, come
Walter
on.
Payton has
Can't even
3,838.
lose on purpose.
Frank Gore has
It is
3,735.
just as hard to win the game
Well,
as it is
that's
to
been
get
my
all the
argument
questions
for
wrong.
years.
I mean, this is A and B, so that's
It's a gift getting it wrong.
Very much so.
All right, Mason and Cappy have 2. Me and Brian have 1.
Correct. #4. Let's move to the MLB. Sam Crawford has the most career triples with 309. Who's next? Brian, is it Ty Cobb or Honus Wagner?
I'll take Ty Cobb.
Mace.
Ty Cobb had better speed, so I'll go Ty Cobb.
Know all about it. Ireland.
I think it is Ty Cobb.
And Cap.
For the hell of it, I'll go Cobb, too.
It is Ty Cobb.
Yeah.
All of you got that one.
Yeah, Honus Wagner's slow.
And
And not a good base runner.
Is that the scouting report on him?
Totally
Is that
wrong.
right?
Yeah,
Really?
I got the report. Really, not a good base runner.
Totally wrong because he's
Never
third
won
on the
a Gold
list.
Glove.
He's a
Right
three-tool
behind.
guy.
Yeah.
Ty Cobb had
three tool. He doesn't have 4 tool.
Ty Cobb
Or 5.
had 295. Honus Wagner had 252.
Okay.
Pete Rose has by far the most plate appearance of all time with 15,890. But who's next? Is it Carl Yastrzemski or Hank Aaron? Mace.
Did you say Pank Aaron?
Hank Aaron.
Yes, Hank is his name.
I used
Carl
to know
Yastrzemski or
He's a
Hank
brother named
Aaron.
Hank. I'm going to go Aaron.
Okay, Ireland.
Aaron.
Cap.
Aaron.
Brian.
Aaron.
It is Carl Yastrzemski.
Oh, we all missed
The
it.
opening was there.
Yeah.
Carl Yastrzemski has 13,992. Aaron had 13,941.
Okay.
Very close.
Very close. These are all very close.
Okay.
Number 6, and there are 9 of these. Strikeouts have gone way up recently. Who has the highest strikeout per 9 innings over their entire career? Is it A, Chris Sale, or B, Blake Snell? And I think, Ireland, you go first.
Sale.
Cap.
I will also agree with Sale.
Brian.
Give me Snell.
And Mace.
Give me Snell.
It is Snell. He has the highest strikeout per 9 and is now a Dodger in history.
So Mace has the lead. He has 4.
What?
Brian and Cappy have 3. I have 2.
You must have made a mistake. How could I be
You have,
leading?
4, 3, 3, 2.
Good.
So here, 3 left, so Mace has to start from now on.
Okay.
And by the way, Blake Snell, 11.23 strikeouts per 9. Very, very high.
It's funny because it threw me off because he usually only pitches like 5 innings.
Now I get 6.
You know?
They're getting to 6 now.
They're getting to 6. They've
All right.
stretched him to 6.
All right, got it.
All right. Number 7. We're going to go over to the NBA where Ireland can come back now.
Hopefully.
Who has the most minutes played? This is super, super close. Is it A, LeBron James, or B, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Mace?
LeBron.
Ireland.
LeBron.
Cap.
Do I make my move here? I'll go with LeBron.
Brian.
LeBron.
It is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I'll miss it. Kareem has 57,446 minutes. LeBron has 57,403.
Oh.
So
he's
after
going to
the
get
next game,
He'll
next
pass
game,
him,
LeBron.
exactly.
Probably 2
We're
games,
going to have to
43
call
minutes.
that judge and get her back here. Right?
No. All right, Mace. So Mace, you're still going to go first. LeBron has the most turnovers in his career with 5,305. Shocking. What's Who's?
That's just mean.
This year it's been a big year.
I had to.
I mean, it is a statistical fact, right?
It is.
It is just.
It is
This
statistical fact.
Yes.
So who's next on that list? Is it Karl Malone or Russell Westbrook?
I'm gonna go Malone.
Let's go Cap.
All right, I'm gonna try and make my move here. I'll go with Brody.
I'm going
Brian?
with Cap. I'm going Westbrook.
And Brian.
Malone.
So it's Russell Westbrook.
Nice, Johnny I.
So you're back in. So Cap and Mace are now tied, and Ireland have Brian each have 3.
Okay, Mace, this is the last one. You have 2 more left.
Well, no, last one. So
Last one.
Westbrook has 4,640. Malone has 4,524.
Okay.
Steph Curry is the all-time leader in free throw percentage with 91.03% from free throw line. Who's next? Is it Steve Nash or Mark Price? We'll start with Cappy. Steve Nash or Mark Price?
Wait, doesn't? Oh, okay. Go ahead, Cap. I forgot you tied for the lead.
Yeah,
I'll go
he
Steve Nash.
Mace.
Nash.
Okay, Ireland and Brian.
That means we have to go
different.
Mark Price. I like our chances, Brian.
Yeah, give me Price.
The answer is Steve Nash.
Nice.
So he has 90.43%. Mark Price, 90.39.
Oh, so very
crazy,
close. Yeah.
crazy close. So
Yeah.
Cappy and Mace go to the tiebreaker.
Whew. You know, Mace, I never really get here. I never
You
get
never
to
get to the
this
tiebreaker.
You were
point.
complaining and
Right.
complaining and complaining,
Right,
and look where you are.
And I never win. So I mean,
This
I'm
could be your
I'm
day.
on the verge. I'm on the verge of something great here.
All right,
okay?
this is a small number, but
Okay.
all right, here we all know that Wayne Gretzky has the more assists than anyone else has total points, which is basically insane. But exactly how many more assists does he have than Jaromir Jagr's career points? Who is second?
Jeez, that's
closest
complicated.
without
More,
going over.
say it one more
hold on a
time.
second
So-
here.
more assists.
So
How many more assists does Gretzky have than Jágr has points?
Right, exactly.
So if you think Jágr has 800 points and Gretzky has 1,000 assists, your number is 200.
200, right.
Yeah, this is
right.
closest without going over.
Nice delta, Johnny I.
Okay, let's.
You ever write something down, Cap?
Yeah, I got something, but I got to think about this for a second here.
Well,
so hold on.
No, where there's no time to think.
No time to think.
5, 4, 3,
Write something down.
2, 1.
Got
What'd
it?
you write?
What you got, Mace?
Let me have my pen.
175.
Okay, 175. Cap.
1,000.
1,000. All right, well, we won't go with that. You both went over, but Mace was so much closer. We're going to go with Mace.
Nice.
It's 42. It's like a really small.
it's really small.
42.
No, it doesn't count though. We both went over. You got to be
no.
right.
You only missed it by 1950.
You missed it by so much that you've been disqualified.
I missed it by 960.
1,000.
I missed by 960.
Yeah.
You missed
by quite a bit.
By so much more than Mason.
That's
by
good.
10 times more than Mason got it right.
That's because you guys pressured me. Let's go. You didn't give me the Jeopardy music. I didn't have
to
time
put
to
it in
think.
perspective for you there, Cappy, Gretzky has a total of 2,857 points. Like, total.
And you had 1,000 difference.
Wait a second. My bad. I didn't write 1,000. I wrote 100. I win.
Yeah.
I wrote 100, not 1,000.
You literally held up
there was
something
a
that
typo.
said 1,000.
No,
By the way,
it was
Mace.
a typo.
Yeah.
By the way, Mace, you have 3.
Ooh.
You are
Does
leading
anyone
the
else
month.
have 2?
You do, Ireland.
Okay. And I'm out of here tomorrow. And I might be able to play Friday.
But I'm out of here for the holidays. So starting after next Friday.
Oh, all right. I thought you meant today.
I'm not the only one
Friday.
working. If I don't win this month, I'm really bad.
Are you doing shows?
Yeah.
You doing shows?
I'm
Because
the
I
only
know
one
we got
like-
some bowl games.
Yeah, I think
Just
I'm doing
2.
4 or 5. Oh, is it just 2?
2 bowl games that are going to knock us out.
Oh.
It's on the 30th and 31st.
I'm coming back for the 2nd and the 3rd because the Rams have a game on that Sunday that I want to get ready for.
And that's the Seattle game, right? Or
yeah.
is it the
no,
one
that's the
before that?
Arizona game.
Okay.
The Arizona game.
Boy, that's a trap game. Arizona blew them out earlier in the season. And
although Arizona never wins in L.A.
I remember a couple of years ago they won like 42-10.
I mean, it's happened, but McVay has generally had Arizona's number. What's up, Cappy?
I'm going to see Arizona play this weekend. Arizona against the New England Patriots this weekend.
Well, I wonder why. Your buddy's there. How's he doing?
He's doing good.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a quarterback, huh?
I mean, he may, and I say he may, and no pun intended, he may have the best of the 3. Doesn't look like it today, but let's see how it plays out.
Oh, yeah, let's see how it goes.
I read an article that said Gerard Mayo may be in trouble, that they thought he was going to be different.
Geez, that would mean your friend's in trouble.
Be in big trouble.
Well, unless they promote him.
Nah, I don't think they would. Look, I would say this, that if Mayo were to be fired and his whole staff were to be fired, I would think that'd be pretty out of character for Bob Kraft.
Yep.
Who has kind of a reputation for not being the biggest spender. You know? So
you wouldn't want to pay 2 coaching staffs?
I don't think so. And I also think the other thing is that, he kind of put his neck out there. He went with a first-time head coach who was a position coach on Belichick's staff, and he had decided the succession plan himself, Kraft. So it would make him look bad. Look, they had a plan. The plan was hire a coach, hire a staff, draft a quarterback, get the quarterback some playing time year 1. Year 2, start to put some wins together as the quarterback improves.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, by the way, they know they need 2 offensive linemen and at least 2 wide receivers. And then year 3, you're positioned to try and win. So if they stick with the plan, then good for them. The pressure is on, though, because in Boston, the media is...
I'm looking at headlines. New England
they're-
Patriots, Jared Mayo facing last chance to save job. Gerard Mayo should be coaching for his job over the final 4 games. That's Boston sports.
Yeah, no, they're brutal.
Yeah,
man.
coaching in the NFL now. I mean, I think Antonio Pierce is out.
Oh,
with
yeah,
the Raiders.
he's done, yeah.
And Gerard Mayo has basically been the same. He's been an East Coast version of Antonio Pierce.
But the only difference is he's only coached for 1 year, whereas Pierce took over last year.
Yeah.
And so they made the decision based on what they saw from him. And now this year they've seen, well, he's not very good. Plus he hired a crappy staff, which he already fired his offensive coordinator.
Right.
All
right, come back. We'll do some super crosstalk. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN. Hey, it's Mace. You have never experienced anything like Cosm. Trust me, it will blow your mind, and you can experience the Emirates NBA Cup like never before. NBA action in immersive shared reality. Every assist and dunk and buzzer beater comes to life on Cosm's immense 8K plus wraparound display. Use our exclusive discount code ESPNLA. Get 20% off any NBA event in November. Get your tickets now at Cosm.com. That's COSM.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. You know those memes about guys panicking over last-minute holiday shopping? Yep, that's me. Guilty. You don't want to be that guy, okay? This year, don't be the guy that ends up falling for the trap of, oh, you don't have to get me anything. No. It's a trap, okay? My holiday strategy is less stuff, more flowers. I'm sending farm fresh flowers from the Books Company. And I've got 25% off your entire Books purchase so you can send some too. Their flowers are cut fresh, sourced directly from the best flower farms, so they last way longer. And it was easy. I picked a bouquet, set my delivery date, and that's it. Get a festive bouquet for mom, a mini tree for grandma, and go big with a flowers subscription for your wife or your girlfriend or that significant other. And right now, you'll save 25% off with my promo code ESPN. Go to Bouqs.com. That's BOUQS.com. Use the promo code ESPN. That's BOUQS.com. Promo code ESPN. Bouqs. Promo code ESPN.
Don't you love the sounds of the holiday season? The bells, the sleighs. Woohoo! If so, your holiday's now even more magical because now during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event, you can take home your favorite Hyundai with some of the season's greatest savings.
Drive away now in one of our most popular models with 0% APR and 0 payments for 90 days. Only during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Offer ends January 2nd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
ESPN LA and Beverly Hills Orthodontics are teaming up this fall because we want to know who's smiling in SoCal. Go to ESPNLA.com and nominate who you think is making LA a better place. This can be a mentor, a teacher, a coach, a good Samaritan, a youngster who brightens your day. Tell us who's smiling and you could win some awesome prizes like sweet tickets from ESPN LA, Sonic Care electric toothbrushes, whitening treatment, and a grand prize of Invisalign from Beverly Hills Ortho. Enter now at ESPNLA.com and remember you're always smiling at Beverly Hills Orthodontics.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason and Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins.
Super Crosstalk, presented by Coors Light. Coors Light, made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
It's effing Friday. No, it's not effing Friday.
It is for us.
Well, for you, but what about everybody out there listening? Say you're fooling them. They're thinking all of a sudden momentarily, oh, it's Friday, and then they're realizing, no, hell, it's Thursday.
It's our Friday.
It's actually Wednesday.
No, is it Wednesday?
Yeah.
Oh God,
December
I thought
11th.
it was Thursday.
You're messing with everybody.
You're gone. Yeah, now I'm doing it. So you guys are gone the next 2 nights?
Here's the deal.
Yeah.
You've got the Rams and the Niners tomorrow night.
Yeah.
And then you've got the Lakers on
That's right. Friday night in Minnesota.
And so somehow, some way, they keep knocking me and George off the air.
Not sure. You should do it just straight for podcast.
Well, we've talked about just doing a YouTube broadcast.
Yeah, YouTube show.
That didn't go over so well.
Yeah, it didn't go over well.
No.
So you were just explaining your unbelievable night out last night here at LA Live.
Yeah, we went out last night, George, after you left.
I saw your TikTok.
Yeah, me. Oh, you did.
Are you now doing TikTok?
You know, I'm doing like TikTok exclusive content.
I don't got time for TikTok.
Well, here's what I do.
Me neither.
Mace,
Yeah.
you ready? Here's the deal. So things that I'm shooting videos. My son told me.
Yeah.
This is a true story.
Yeah.
My son told me, he goes, Dad, do you know Jeff Pearlman?
No, yeah.
I said, sure, I know Jeff Pearlman. I've known Jeff Pearlman forever. He goes, you ever watch his TikToks? I go, not really. He goes, you should be doing something like what Pearlman's doing. I go, well, what is he doing? So Pearlman sits there and he just talks to the camera. He just tells stories. Me, I don't really do that. My son's like, no, you should be telling stories about this and that people are interested in. I'm like, I don't think they are. So I just shoot videos wherever I'm at. And then rather than putting them on Instagram or Twitter, I just literally put them on TikTok thinking, by the way, nobody sees them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 2 days ago, I'm driving up here to downtown LA from South LA, and I stop into this Mediterranean restaurant every single time I'm driving north, which is in, it's like right in, I'd say it's in Anaheim, okay? And this guy, I walk in, and the guy goes, hey, man, the guy who works there, he goes, hey, are you having the same thing you always have? I go, yeah. He goes, oh, by the way, I saw you on TikTok. I'm like, he's like, you came up on my TikTok feed. I'm like, really? So then he shows me the video. So now I think that actually people do see and
I'm on your TikTok page. You're getting view like one. You got 1,535 views.
Okay.
You've got 1,000 views there. You got 567 followers.
Well, look at my TikTok last night, George. I'm glad you saw it.
Well, the guy that fell
right
behind you.
I'm sitting there and I'm holding the camera up and I'm just.
I'm looking at it right.
Yeah.
Oh, That guy took a header.
Yeah, I'm just holding the camera.
He pulled a Mason?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guy was ice skating and he fell right as Cappy was doing his video.
And I didn't even see it because the
it's
thing
awesome.
Because I was holding the camera and then I saw it behind me.
Oh, my
on
God.
the camera. Because it was a beautiful night last night at LA Live. The Christmas tree, the ice skating rink, the moon, the sky. But I'm telling you, man, it was empty. He did.
He takes a full-on
he
forward
fell.
header.
He
Wow.
did Mace at the celebrity game.
He does manage to get out. He's covered with frost or ice or whatever, and they're limping him off.
All right,
Maybe you'll follow me on TikTok, Mace.
I'm going to.
Let's do an informal poll. Bill Belichick going to coach North Carolina, successful or no, Cappy?
Failure.
George?
No, I don't believe so either.
I believe it's going to work.
I do too.
What is work?
I think he'll finish 8-4.
I mean, Mac Brown did that.
Didn't Mac Brown finish 6-6?
I don't
this
think
year, but I mean, he's done that plenty of times.
I think it'll be. He talked about turning the North Carolina program into something more like a professional program, and saying, my job is to get you to the NFL, and I'm Bill Belichick, and I think that's a compelling pitch for a recruit.
How is that any different from Alabama or any of these other schools?
Because he's Bill
that
Belichick.
get guys to the NFL.
He's
right.
Bill Belichick. He's got all the Super Bowls and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I think kids are going to want to play for him.
It's interesting
I think you're
you say
overestimating that.
It's interesting you say that because here's a question for you guys.
Yep.
If I told you that Bobby Knight were still alive,
Yep.
and that Bobby Knight were 72 years old, and Bobby Knight had already gone to Indiana and gone to Texas Tech, and now somebody wanted to hire him, Bobby Knight.
Say UCLA.
Okay, UCLA.
Yeah.
Okay, UCLA wants to hire Bobby Knight, hypothetically.
got it.
Okay. Do you think that it would be compelling for a kid to want to play for Bobby Knight
No,
today?
I mean, and we've seen him, abuse players. I don't think anybody's going to say, "Yeah, I want to." It takes a certain kind of family to say, "Yeah, I want my kid to play for Bobby Knight."
And I think that, to your point, a lot of kids will be like, "Well, Bill Belichick's the winningest coach. He's the best coach. He's got the most Super Bowls. He knows what he's doing." But on the other hand, does a 72-year-old guy know how to communicate to an 18 or 19 or 20-year-old kid, number one? And number two...
Boy, let's tackle number one.
Okay, go ahead.
Like Kimberly Martin said on Get Up this morning, he's already proven he can recruit the youngins.
Boy, you got that right.
Yeah,
you do have that right.
He's got a 24-year-old girlfriend.
You're right.
So here's what else I think is going to be a
He does relate.
He does
to the
relate.
youngsters.
To the
Very good. And if he doesn't, she will.
Here's what will be a problem for him, though.
Yes.
Everybody's going to go there, which is some of the issues Mac Brown dealt with, by the way, which is, hey, how long is he going to be there? You're going to go play for him for how long? And by the way, how's he going to deal with it when Lane Kiffin or some random troll college football coach is recruiting one of his guys and can give him more money than North Carolina can give him because there's no contracts in college football?
That is the big problem is NIL.
Yeah.
I mean, North Carolina, I can't imagine they've got a robust NIL
It's not like Michael Jordan is sitting there giving them millions and millions of dollars.
But here's my question. If you're a rich North Carolina alum, if Bill Belichick is going there, do you say, you know what, I'll pony up for better players?
Yes.
I think they will.
I think immediately yes. And by the way, George, your point about like kids saying, well, Coach, how long are you going to be here? His answer is, how long are you going to be here? I mean,
it's true.
Right? Like I'll be here probably longer than you. 3 years, 4 years, maybe at the
No
most.
way.
I'm not leaving. When are you leaving?
You said an over-under on 3 or 4 years for Bill Belichick at North Carolina?
Well, he's only got a
think?
3-year contract.
Oh, I would say 1.5.
Oh, no, I think he'll finish. I think his son Steve will take over in 4 years.
In 4?
Yeah.
No way.
Oh, yeah, he's the successor.
I think, whether he's the successor or not is a different story.
And that's not nepotism.
Yeah. Whether they actually follow through with that, I would set the over-under of Bill Belichick at North Carolina for 1.5 years.
I would play the over, not because I think it's going very far over, but I think I'd play the over. Now, where can I make that bet? I'd love to make that.
I don't know if that exists. I just set the line. So.
Yeah, nice line.
Well, I wonder, they do have a big NIL program for basketball.
No, they don't actually have good NIL for anything. There.
Really?
Basketball is lagging, actually. North Carolina basketball is not where it was just even a few years ago.
Oh, wow.
They just got their doors blown off in the SEC, ACC little competition that they do every year. The challenge. Or
the challenge, right.
Should we assume, by the way, that he puts the band back together again? Does
Josh McDaniel and those guys. Yeah,
like
sure.
Matt Patricia. Matt Patricia's been like
God,
his personal
are they
assistant.
really going to go to
pencil.
North Carolina?
You go to pencil. Put the pencil in his ear. Remember Matt Patricia?
Oh, yeah.
And his former one
but
of his
you know the
former-
amazing thing about Matt Patricia, he always had a pencil behind his ear. The card he was holding, I'm not
was
making this up,
laminated.
laminated.
Yeah.
And he had a pencil.
Now, his former staffer is Bill O'Brien, and isn't he the coach at Boston College?
college? Yes, he is.
Okay. I mean, is he going to get Romeo Crennel back?
He's not going to be able to. They may be able to pay him 10.
Oh, bring them all back.
They don't-
Charlie Weiss.
How many
Al
$1 million assistants could North Carolina possibly have?
I mean,
I can't imagine.
If this were Notre Dame, I'd be like, you know what? I kind of get it. It's Notre Dame. I understand the brand. I understand the NIL. I understand the money that they generate with TV, et cetera. North Carolina, of all places, this is not a traditional football powerhouse. This is not a school that takes
they're like a
great
top
pride.
40 school.
But you know what I say? Good for North Carolina for taking a big swing.
I'm
Why
trying
not?
to think. I can
Why
only
not
think
take a
of-
big
But it's
swing?
so short-sighted. Like, this is,
It's North Carolina.
I get it, but it's not. It's. I can understand if you were saying this about, like, I don't know, some random Kennesaw State,
Like
or
when
something
UCF
like that.
went after Lincoln Riley.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Right. But here's the thing.
They got
This
Scott
is
Frost.
a constantly changing landscape in college football. We are literally making up the rules as we go.
Amen. True.
And it's like, he's going to deal with that. I mean, okay, good luck.
Well, and the other thing is, I'm trying to think of football players, like great football players, to ever come out of North Carolina. I can only
Lawrence
think
Taylor.
Lawrence Taylor's the biggest one.
I mean, Drake May is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Which,
Right.
by the way, Belichick in September.
Didn't Julius Peppers
Julius
go to
Peppers
North
went to North
Carolina?
Carolina. They have a
Mitch
number of guys.
Trubisky.
Yes, that's
I
right.
think that's it. I think
right.
that's the
No,
list.
There's more.
There's
more guys.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
What was that defensive back? Trey
Dre Bly.
Bly, yeah.
So here's the thing. In September, okay, he definitely needs to hire a GM because ever since
for sure.
when Scott Pioli left, everything went downhill.
Everybody needs USC needs a GM.
So in September, he does this podcast with Michael Lombardi or whatever for Underdog Fantasy. And he said in September that Drake May was not ready to play in the NFL. Like, this is the guy you just hired. Drake May went to North Carolina.
Right.
Like, you hired the guy who didn't believe your guy was ready to play in the NFL.
Well, here's the other thing. I just saw this tweet. Bill Belichick is 72.
Yep.
On the day he accepts the job, which appears to be today, he becomes the oldest coach in Division I football.
Wow. Yeah.
There is no one older than Bill Belichick.
Well, if I was Bill Belichick, I would be like goofing around on TV. To me, that's like, he's really good at it. He's actually so much better than I thought he was going to be.
Yeah.
And he can have just a good time at 72.
And here's the people that are close to him, this has been reported, say that he was desperate to pass Don Shula for the all-time winningest coach.
No, that's not happening now.
No chance. Like,
Right.
no, he taking this job, I think he never gets an NFL job.
Well, here's the thing.
Because this is not going to go well, in my opinion.
This
I don't believe it,
means that the NFL is not interested in Bill Belichick.
Well,
He's going
that
to
is more
college
than likely
football
the case.
because
Yes.
the NFL has basically told his agent and all that stuff. They felled around. There's not a job for him, so why not go and coach at North Carolina?
Let me
Well,
ask you guys this question.
we've buried the lead here.
Yeah.
What is it?
NBA Cup tonight, man.
Oh,
Come
NBA
on.
Cup.
Yeah.
Hey, for
Oh,
sure.
I got a lot of action on this game
All right,
tonight.
you do?
Yeah, I do.
Who wins, George? Knicks or Hawks? It's at the Garden.
I mean,
Knicks.
Trae Young has had some great games at the Garden, but the Knicks are better.
Knicks.
Right, Warriors at Rockets.
Warriors.
Rockets.
No,
I
I
think
say
Rockets.
Warriors.
No, Rockets are good.
Yeah, I know. I say Warriors.
Okay.
I mean, for the league, I hope it's the Knicks and the Warriors.
Yeah, that's probably the best interest of the league, get people to watch.
So this is
now, is
tonight's
this the semifinals?
This is the quarters, so the
You
winner
win
here goes
tonight,
to
it's
Vegas.
Vegas, baby.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So this
Sedano
is
will
for
be there.
Vegas.
I will.
That's right. You're working those games.
I will be there.
Cappy, you're not working those games.
No, I was gonna, and I just said, you know
Decided
what?
not to. I actually
don't-
passed.
Yeah.
I passed
I'm
on.
going to be working some G League
They
games
asked me to do
instead.
some bowl games this
Yeah.
year,
By the
and I
way, the
said
G League
no.
game you watched yesterday was a rear. It wasn't
Come
even
on,
like a
no.
live
No,
game.
was he watching a rerun?
George, you know, by the way, that
Ronnie
he was
didn't play yesterday.
you know,
Really?
he doesn't know that until just
Oh,
now.
that is awesome.
You're
So
kidding
you were
me.
watching a rerun of
kidding.
a
At 16,
G
right?
League game.
hold on.
Bronny had 16,
Yeah,
right?
so it was,
Yeah,
it
that
was,
was
it
the
was-
other night.
It was the San Diego Clippers
Yeah.
against the South Bay Lakers.
Yes.
LeBron was at the game, and I'm watching it last night. I swear to God, I'm like watching this game going, these guys are going to be so impressed that I'm watching
Oh,
this
yeah.
game.
You're really doing your homework.
Right? And then I'm like, and now that you're telling me that it was a replay.
It was a couple nights ago.
Now you guys should be more impressed because
Yeah.
I'm doing film study
Cappy
of G
is
League.
so dedicated.
Oh, that is, you are really into it. God,
Film
watching it for
study
the second
of
time.
G League, Mace.
Incre-
You're not doing film study of G League
No,
games.
I am not.
You didn't see
I am
Bronny
not.
with that
Well,
dunk.
No,
hey,
but
hey,
you know-
Mr. Film Steady, let me see your notes.
Oh, you want
Yeah,
to see
right,
them?
yeah,
I'll
see your
show them to you
notes.
from last
Yeah,
night.
show 'em to
right.
me.
It goes like this:
Yeah.
Bronny dunk,
Bronny
dribble.
Bronny.
Oh, by the way,
block,
the over-under is out for Bill Belichick in North Carolina next year.
What is it?
6.5.
6.5.
I say 8-4.
Seems about right.
Hey, I just ask a quick question.
Yeah.
Will every North Carolina game now be elevated to whatever the top?
Oh, is it going to be like a Deion situation?
Yeah.
Little bit.
Like, will game day show up at North
By the way,
Carolina?
we will be super interested in North Carolina football this year.
Yeah.
Oh, listen.
Good, bad, or
for
indifferent.
ESPN, this is a huge win.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
and for a guy who covers the ACC, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Bring the circus to town.
By the way, funniest thing I've heard all day?